Low price, right over the phone.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
9445 954 977 9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
This is Dr. Mitchell Matez.
If you're new here, you're going to love this show. This is the most conservative pro-Donald Trump radio show anywhere. Make sure you subscribe. My name is Brian Craig. We're on a whole bunch of radio stations, live in morning drive from 6 until 9 a.m. Eastern Time. This is our top of the hour break. Monday through Friday, and we, of course, take calls live on the air from our radio listeners, and we stream here on YouTube while we are on the radio.
Homeowners, would you like to save money each and every month?
Oh, man. All right. I put a message up on my YouTube stories, which I'm going to, I'll make an announcement when the show starts. But we got a lot to talk about. Cuomo lied to the feds. He's done. We're going to talk about that. That's awesome. Terrible story about how sick President Trump actually was. I have forgotten to check my phone lines. Oh, my goodness.
Start saving money. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Veterans and spouses of veterans. You may be entitled.
Phone lines working. Here we go. We're coming live on the air. Make a bit of an announcement when I come on that is specific to you YouTube people.
With offices in Boca Raton and Fort Lauderdale. Call toll free 1-855-FLA-3782. 1-855-FLA-3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest running
Here we go.
show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll free, dial 1-888-COCAINE-1. That's 1-888-COCAINE-1. And
Yes. Welcome, everyone. Yes. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. It is Friday morning, February 12th, 2021. And of course, this is the most important Steve Kane show of the week because this is not just our live morning edition. We're live Monday through Friday from 6 until 9 a.m. And we also have an overnight rebroadcast 7 nights a week. In fact, during the week, the Steve Kane Show, we are on the radio from midnight till 9 a.m. weekdays and overnights over the weekend as well, midnight till 6 a.m. And just on our radio stations, not including YouTube Live, iHeartRadio, the TuneIn app, all the places that carry the radio show with and without our knowledges and permissions. This episode will air a total of 35 times before we return live to you Monday morning at 6 a.m. We got a lot to talk about. Governor Cuomo, Fredo's brother, lied to the feds about the nursing home deaths. So we're going to talk a lot about that in the beginning. There's a lot going on and a huge story about President Trump that is very upsetting that I'm going to share with you coming up, and a lot more. But I want to throw something out. This is mostly for our, mainly for our YouTube viewers. We have a huge audience on YouTube, and I was in line this morning at Starbucks, waiting for Starbucks to open to get my coffee. And I was reading through my YouTube comments, and I read some of the nastiest criticism of me, of this show, of why we do the things we do, accusing us of all kinds of things. For many, many people, I couldn't believe some of the things people were saying. And that's fine. That's fine. But I made a little video and put it up on my YouTube stories. Brian Craig on the YouTube, if you guys follow me there. And I also made a separate video and put it on my Instagram stories, Brian Craig Show on Instagram. And a message directed straight to these people, these keyboard warriors, these keyboard cowards that are sitting in their little wherever they are with all their attacks and all their nastiness and attacking me and attacking this program, questioning everything we do, accusing us of being terrible things, I'm here to tell you. We take calls live on the air on this show. And man up, or lady up, whichever you are, whatever gender you may be, if we're still allowed to use genders, I don't know. And call me on the air with your criticism. If you have a question or a criticism about this program and anything we're doing or have done or something I've done or Steve or anything, you call us live on the radio and we'll talk like men. I'm not cowards here, and I'm not responding to the comments on the air unless you call in. I am always up for that. And our number is toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-CANE 1-888-465-2631. No matter where you are listening to us, that number will be toll-free for you. 1-888-GO-CANE 1, that's K-A-N-E, and the number 1-888-465-2631. Man up, lady up, and call me with your vile, disgusting attacks and your harsh criticisms, all right? And I mean it. Now, again, we're on the radio, so some of the language that you used in the comments is not permitted on the radio. So you have to use radio-friendly language, but you could. I'm here every day from 6 till 9 a.m. Well, every weekday, and taking your calls. And that doesn't mean leaving a voicemail after hours. That means calling and challenging us to our faces. Well, through audio, at least. All right, 1-888-465-2631. All right, now this is amazing. This is in the Daily Mail. Calls to prosecute Governor Andrew Cuomo after his top aide admits they hid data on nursing home COVID deaths amid fears stats would be used against them in Department of Justice probe, as it's revealed 9,000 hospital patients were sent to nursing facilities, 40% higher than released. And I'll read through the details of this in a minute. But Governor Cuomo has lied to the feds. He's a criminal. This isn't a perjury trap like they set up Michael Flynn with. This is actual lying to federal investigators, which is a crime in itself. And not only that, this is conspiring to do it. And this isn't just a verbal lie. This would also have to involve, I would imagine, documents. I'm going to read through the story in the Daily Mail and we'll get some of the details. You know, when we were at the height of the COVID pandemic and Cuomo started holding court every day around 10 or 11 o'clock, I was pissed off because America was in a crisis. We didn't know where COVID was going and where it was going to end. All we knew is you couldn't buy toilet paper and the grocery store shelves were empty. It looked like Venezuela at Publix for a while. And then they're limiting how much you can buy. I've never experienced something like that, and hopefully we never will again. Okay? And Cuomo out there was undermining President Trump each and every day, and the media was sucking it up because they hated Trump and they loved him. And I thought that he was going to be running for president, not this last time, but the next time. And he's a very arrogant guy. He fell in love with himself in the press conference, and it became a clown show. But now we're in the realm of federal crimes by Governor Cuomo. This is in the Daily Mail. Calls were mounting on Thursday night to prosecute Governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, and his staff. Well, let me tell you something. If I was one of these staffers, I'd make a deal right now, this morning. I'd be out in front of the Justice Department building waiting for them to open at 9 a.m. and get in there and make a deal. And I'd sell this creep out because he'll throw you under the bus at the earliest opportunity. So anyway, back to this. Calls were mounting on Thursday night to prosecute New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, Fredo's brother. They don't say Fredo's brother, I added that. And his staff for their handling of the COVID-19 pandemic after a top aide admitted the Cuomo administration hid damning information about deaths among nursing home patients amid fears that it would be used against them in an investigation by Donald Trump's Department of Justice. Oh, all of a sudden it's Donald Trump's Department of Justice? You mean the people that were spying on him at Trump Tower? In a remarkable confession made during a conference call with New York State Democrats obtained by the New York Post, Melissa DeRosa admitted that officials froze in August when New York State legislators asked for the data before rebuffing the request. DeRosa told lawmakers this, quote, "We were in a position where we weren't sure if what we were going to give to the Department of Justice or what we give to you guys. What we start saying was going to be used against us while we weren't sure if there was going to be an investigation. You know, these nursing home deaths, these people they sent back to the hospital, Cuomo was sending sick people with the COVID to nursing homes and was not allowing COVID testing to be done in the nursing homes. And it's not just that they lied to feds about the data. They have a responsibility in these deaths, which is a massacre of sorts. The data remained secret for months until January, when a shock report from New York Attorney General Letitia James, this is the woman that's out there always harassing Trump, said that the state had undercounted the number of nursing home deaths by as much as 50%. It forced New York State's Department of Health to reveal that the true death toll among nursing home residents was 12,743. And, you know, let me tell you something about these deaths. That's a lot, man. That's 9/11 times 4 and then some. 9/11 times 4 and then some. Pearl Harbor times 4 and then some. Maybe 5 times Pearl Harbor. And these people died terrible, lonely deaths. You know, these people aren't allowed to see their families, their spouses, their kids or grandkids. They die alone. It forced New York State's Department of Health to reveal that the true death toll among nursing home residents was 12,743 rather than the previously acknowledged 8,711. New York had previously only counted residents who died in nursing homes and left out 4,000 who were taken to hospitals and died there. They're cooking the books. Republican New York Congresswoman Elise Stefanik said Thursday's revelations of a cover-up showing a stunning and criminal abuse of power and led demands for a prosecution of Governor Cuomo and staff members. A March 25th director from Governor Cuomo ordered nursing homes to accept thousands of COVID patients when they were discharged from the hospital, potentially spreading sickness and death among residents, a charge the state disputes. That's true because they're still carriers and can transmit it. DeRosa's shocking admission, because he wanted to clear out the hospitals, even though they didn't need to because the president sent the ship and had the Army Corps of Engineers do everything they did. DeRosa's shocking admission came shortly before the Associated Press revealed that more than 9,000 patients were sent back to nursing homes, a figure 40% higher than official data. In the call on, you know, and when did Cuomo find time to write this damn book of his? I was at Target the other day, and they had his book out. When you've got a crisis like this going on in your state's shut down and everything else, people are dying, how do you find time to write a book, Cuomo? In the call on Thursday, DeRosa admitted they deliberately hid the data from state legislators after the Trump administration began asking questions. The Department of Justice announced that it opened an investigation on August 26th into governors of states that issued orders which may have resulted in the deaths of thousands of elderly nursing home residents. DeRosa said state Democrats asked for the data in August, right around the same time. DeRosa added, he starts tweeting Trump that we killed everyone in nursing homes. He starts going after the New Jersey governor, the California governor, and of course Whitmer in Michigan. Trump also said he directed the Department of Justice to do an investigation into us, meaning New York. And we basically froze. They were in a panic. She says, because we were in a position where we weren't sure if what we were going to give to the Department of Justice or what we were going to give to you guys, meaning the state legislators, what we start saying was going to be used against us while we weren't sure if there was going to be an investigation. That played a very large role into this. So there's a cover-up. They're covering up. DeRosa then asked for a little bit of appreciation of the context. She then offered the Democrat lawmakers an apology for the position that Cuomo's orders put them in. See, she's blaming Cuomo, which is what she should be doing because he's the boss. And I promise you that governor was behind all of that. Oh, I just lost my place in the article. The page just refreshed. I hate when that happens. Well, let me go back. I hate when that happens. The page just refreshed and I lost where I was. Hold on. Let me see here. Where was I? A senior Cuomo advisor desperately tried to limit the damage caused by DeRosa Thursday night. He tweeted this: "We explained that the Trump administration was in the midst of a politically motivated effort to blame Democratic states for COVID deaths, and that we were cooperating with federal document productions. And that was the priority. And now that's over, we can address the state legislature." Oh, this guy, that sounds a little nervous there, doesn't he? He was probably involved in it, I'm guessing. Cuomo's March order forced nursing homes to readmit COVID-positive patients due to concerns about space in hospitals. It goes on and on. The bottom line is thousands and thousands of senior citizens in New York died alone, terrible deaths that they didn't even have to die. They wouldn't have even gotten sick if Governor Cuomo wouldn't have sent COVID people without any testing being done back to where the most vulnerable of our population is living, and that's nursing homes. These people are dead because of their incompetence or lack of caring, whichever. Not sure which. And then they covered it up. And not only did they cover it up, they lied to federal investigators and obviously were involved in a conspiracy. And according to DeRosa, following Governor Cuomo's orders, which would involve a major conspiracy at the executive branch in New York, with fake documents and false things being written on documents, being submitted to state legislators and everything else. You know, while this sham impeachment is going on against the greatest president America has ever had, Donald Trump, this is real corruption. This is a real crime. And I'm glad it's being reported. But let's see if there's any justice done. You know, the way Democrats operate, he still could be the Democrat nominee in 2024. All right. I'd like to take your calls on this. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631, a toll-free call. And again, I'm throwing this out to you, very opinionated, critical people in the YouTube comments. Pick up your phone and call me. Share with me on the radio what you put in your nasty, vile comments with radio-safe language, of course, radio-friendly language, to my face, and I'll respond to every criticism you've written on YouTube if you call me on the air. 1-888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. With a quick break, we will be back. Do not go anywhere, all right?
If you suffer from excruciating back pain or sciatica, pay careful attention to what I'm about to tell you. According to a study in the medical journal Spine, back surgeries to alleviate back pain frequently backfire, leaving the patient...
Welcome, everyone. Again, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe.
A second study from the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine provides clear evidence that 74%...
Well, thank you, Smiling Snow Squirrel.
...fail. But there is an end to your suffering. There's a solution to your problem waiting for you with Dr. Troy
Sue Cuomo. He should be arrested.
My personal chiropractor.
He should be arrested.
His name sounds familiar, it should. He's the brother of Dr. Janae Lamaski. Dr. Troy specializes in the elimination of back pain, sciatica.
Brought a new chair.
Does it quickly, easily,
Steve Kane Show.
without surgery or pain medication.
Hold on.
While he can
Steve
help
Kane
with
Show.
back
Hold on.
pain, Dr. Troy also provides treatment for the hips, the shoulders, the knees.
If you're new here, also make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have the notifications clicked, and everyone in the chat room. There's hundreds and hundreds of you in there. Please give me a thumbs up and share the video on whatever social media you're using, all right?
That's 954-463-3036, online at drtroylamaski.com. Tell him that Steve Kane sent you.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for...
All right, 21 minutes after the hour. Now, big announcement here. Yesterday, live during the show, I got an email from Mike Lindell's office at MyPillow headquarters. Today is the last day. Today, Friday, is the last day you can go to MyPillow.com and take advantage. They got a lot of great specials there, but one special is ending today. Okay, and that is the MyPillow for $29.98 with the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com. So, listen, Mother's Day's coming up. Buy them in advance. Everyone loves a MyPillow for a gift. My wife and I give them out all the time. Okay, so go right now to MyPillow.com. Take advantage of the $29.98 offer. This is usually like $60. You're getting it for $29.98, the premium MyPillow. You've got to use the promo code KANE at checkout, Kane. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. This is very unusual for them to tell me in advance that one of their specials is ending, and they did, because they appreciate this listening audience and the support you've given so much. So you can also order by phone, as I say, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879. If you're ordering by phone, also make sure you spell out Kane, promo code Kane for the deal. All right, let's go to the phones. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Big Steve from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, my major issue is you used to not be so into the Q thing.
Yeah.
It's more Q.
Not for me. I think you got me confused with someone else. You don't hear me talking about any of those conspiracy. No, I'm not a part of that. I'm not a part of that. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Every video.
Give me an example of a conspiracy that I'm promoting. I condemn those people.
At first.
Give me something recent. Because I'm not in with those people. I've got nothing to do with those people. In fact, those people are all gone. All those people, most of those people have left me. Thankfully so. In fact, one of them, most of them aren't even talking to me anymore. I can't help who listens or watches. I have no control over that. Okay, and just because the show is growing, that's not a conspiracy. That just means people are learning about the program and spreading the word. But I am not one of these nutcases. In fact, I condemn them. I condemn those capital people. So what?
Down like you wouldn't believe.
Well, that's not. So what? I tell you what I think, and I'm more pissed off at the Republicans than I am the Democrats, because the Democrats are just being what Democrats are, snakes, and the Republicans are betraying us. They shouldn't even be participating in this impeachment.
Yeah, I disagree with this impeachment right now. I completely disagree with it. But I don't disagree with the fact that about or supposedly lying about the numbers, right? The deaths comparatively to Trump.
No, it's not me. It's not me lying, saying that he's lying. This is the Democrat Attorney General of New York that hates Trump. She says that Cuomo lied. And this latest story is one of his senior staffers, this DeRosa lady. She's saying that Cuomo lied, not me.
Yeah.
So his closest confidants that worked for him at the upper level are saying that Governor Cuomo lied.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to get pulled back quite a bit, because if you remember, the Trump administration told governors that not to say anything about nursing homes. Because
No. What Cuomo did was different. Oh, everything's about Trump with these people. No, what Cuomo did was different. Cuomo took people that had COVID from hospitals, moved them to nursing homes, and forbid COVID testing to be done inside the nursing homes last year. And these people got infected with COVID, and many of them died because of his actions. And then, while there was a federal investigation going on through the Justice Department, according to DeRosa, a senior staff person, he lied to federal investigators and directed his staff to do it. So I know you can say Trump every third or fourth word to make it sound like Trump's done something wrong, but Andrew Cuomo is a criminal, according to DeRosa, who said it works for him.
Not a criminal yet.
Lying. She said he lied to the feds. She said he lied to the feds. That's a crime. Lying to federal investigators is a crime. You can't lie, federal investigators.
I'm a conservative. I'm not a.
I know, that's what all the lefties say. But I'm telling you, his own people are saying that he conspired and lied and covered up and lied to federal investigators. That's a crime.
See, that's an issue, isn't it? That you say the lefty. Yeah, I'm not a lefty. I've never.
Oh, it's all about you, isn't it? Oh boy. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Hi. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Hi. This is Lisa from Ohio.
Yeah, Lisa.
Yeah. I was just calling. I'm like half awake, but I love the show and I love the podcast.
Thank you.
And when you said this is like 9/11 times 4, then some.
Mm-hmm.
I had tears in my eyes. I've known about this for a while, but you know, and I just had a really bad feeling about it. But now that this top aide has come out, I do believe her, and this needs to be thoroughly investigated. And those victims and those families, they deserve justice. Well,
and justice means that what did Governor Cuomo do here? According to his own people, he lied to federal investigators at the Justice Department. He lied to them. That's a crime. You know, and you know, I'm watching this sham impeachment yesterday. They got nothing on Trump. All they got on Trump is, we don't like him, and he tweeted, and we don't like it, so you got to do something because we don't like him. You got nothing. They're you know, and you know, this is real crime. This is a real cover-up.
Imagine if this was a Republican governor, CNN would be talking about it all day. Can you imagine?
Yeah. And I know they're trying to, you know, that last phony baloney guy. I'm a Trump guy. But then he's defending Cuomo. But I love Trump. You know, listen, you know, what President Trump did, downplaying things, was just to keep a national calm. What Cuomo did was lie to federal investigators who were conducting a federal investigation into these nursing home situations around America. That's different.
Right, and you know, Trump set up that hospital, and he didn't use it.
And the hospital ship, yeah.
Yeah, and he did all that, and you know, I'm just going to say, you know, they should have been giving these people at the time, you know, I don't mind saying it, but hydroxychloroquine or ivermectin.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what they should have been doing, but I know this. I don't have to be a doctor to know that you don't lie to federal investigators. And when you're a governor of a state, you don't, like, for example, what we're getting now, we're getting a senior staffer with Cuomo saying that he lied and ordered them to. That's what she said in that article I just read. That's a crime. That's multiple crimes. If they had something like that on Donald Trump so far as the Capitol breach, he'd be convicted. But they got nothing.
Who's gonna take this over and investigate?
Well, see, this will result in something because this is in New York. And this hits the liberals at home, and it's very high profile. And Kamala Harris views herself as being the nominee in 2024. She believes she'll be the next president after Biden, and so she has a vested interest in making sure Cuomo is not able to run against her in the primaries in the 2024 Democrat primary season. So Kamala Harris, believe me, is going to be whispering in Joe's ear to make sure something's done here, as it should be, for political purposes.
On another note, before you let me go, I just wanted to compliment your wife. She's got very good taste in shirts.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate that. All right, take care. Take care. Okay, before I break, I just want to say one other thing. Well, you know what? I'll not say it right now because then I'll be behind. If you're on hold, don't go anywhere. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. We're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour, and we'll be back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
This is Steve Kane.
Okay, now sometimes, I'll tell you guys on YouTube, there are things that you can't talk about on YouTube. You guys know what they are. Sometimes liberal trolls try to talk about those things, and I have to mute it and cut them off. That's just the way it is. There's only like a couple things you can't talk about. You know what they are, and it's beyond my power to change that.
I'm calling from South Carolina. I know the laws are different, and I'm just asking for information for my sister. Now, you know, most people just blow you off, right? You know, almost immediately, within a few minutes, Barry himself called me. I asked my questions and so on, and he answered. He was very patient. I was quite a while with him.
Well, thank you for all the kind words, guys.
You know, this and that. But I wanted to say, you know, character, integrity, these are the most important things with sponsors, and all of your sponsors, because I've dealt with a lot of them, they all have that you can trust them and you know you're getting a fair shake.
Do what Ray did. Call attorney Barry Siegel right now. Toll free 1-855-FLA-3782. That's 1-855 toll free FLA-3782. Tell them Steve sent you.
Homeowners, would you like to save money each and every month? Of course you would. We all want to save more money. But how?
Hey, UK.
I Will Advisors, that's how, at 954-753...
Well, that's fine, Isaac. You don't have to wear my shirt.
753-8080, and have their expert team review your homeowner's policy. I Will Advisors will review your policy at no charge. Most homeowners never review their policy, but it should be reviewed every year. You commercial property owners, same goes for your property insurance policy. So what are you waiting for?
Here we go. Coming back.
I Will Advisors and start saving money. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWE.
All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. It's Friday. The weekend begins at 9 a.m. Well, actually, I have other things to do today after I get off the air. I wish work ended when the show went off the air at 9, but that's when the day begins, actually, the work day. A lot of work. This is talk radio is show business. Show business. The show's the easy part. The business part, well, that's an all-day and all-night job. All right, we're talking about Governor Mingala here, Cuomo, being accused of lying to federal investigators by his own people, by his own staff, and conspiring and ordering others to do the same. These are major crimes. That's what we're talking about this morning. Good morning, you're on the radio. Good morning. Once, twice. Then that's it. Okay. Good morning. You're on the air. Hello. I can hear you in the background. Listen, when you call in, make sure when you're on hold, you're listening on your phone because of the delay. All right? I can hear you now. What's your name?
All right. Vincent Wellington.
Hey.
I was just calling in about Cuomo and how, you know, in the beginning, none of it made sense how they had refrigerator trucks out there in the first place. You know what I mean? How they sent ships and they set up a Javits Center and they had all these things set up and nothing was used. It kind of begs the question.
Well, you know, Andrew Cuomo is a sociopath and he doesn't understand something about himself. He's never done anything on his own in his life. He's only governor because his daddy was governor. And he's only governor because he's a rich, entitled, spoiled brat just like his psychotic brother on CNN Fredo, okay? And he's an incompetent, like most people that work for the government. He's done nothing. He's got a big mouth, okay? And his daddy was governor and was somebody important, and he came in on daddy's coattails, so he's an incompetent. And these people are dead because of him, and you can debate whether or not, well, we didn't know when we were following guidelines. What's not up for debate is what his staff says, and that's that he lied to federal investigators.
The first place, no?
I guess so, but it doesn't matter whose guidelines they were. You cannot lie to federal investigators or have your staff do the same thing with the paperwork. He's committed some major crimes.
Yeah, I agree. And the fact that they gave him an award, when is that ever going to come back and they take it away from him?
Yeah, and while these people are dying, he's writing a book. I'd like to know if he really wrote that book. Did he really write that book that I saw on sale at Target?
Probably in advance.
Yeah, I mean, how did he, I wonder, did somebody else write it? And does he have his name on it when somebody else, is the ghostwriter's name on the book? Because usually what they do, what honest people do, is they'll have their name. And then underneath it'll say with, and then it has the name of the real author underneath, the ghostwriter. I don't know if Cuomo did that or not. I didn't notice that when I saw it for sale at Target.
I want the impeachment and I'll let it go, but You know, I just don't see how they can get caught by Jim Jordan, get caught by Mike Lee on the floor, and get called out for Lions left and right, and they don't ever, face any retribution.
Because they're low-life Democrats, and they, see, the reason that Republicans always get caught up in things is we have morals, we have standards, we have integrity. They have none of these things.
I agree.
All right, hey, listen, Wellington, thanks for the call. I was watching this sham impeachment yesterday, and they were showing people at the Michigan State Capitol with the rifles. They were blaming Trump for everything. They got nothing on Trump because he did nothing. Let me tell you something. President Trump is the most honest, law-abiding billionaire that's ever lived. Who else could go through the investigations he's gone through and still be squeaky clean? I mean, it's almost impossible. There was a lot of talk yesterday about social media banning. Project Veritas and Bobby Kennedy Jr. Bobby Kennedy Jr. was banned or kicked off of Instagram yesterday for comments, and Veritas was kicked off Twitter, but I think they're back. James O'Keefe's back, but Bobby Kennedy was kicked off of Instagram for some things he was talking about. I'm no fan of Bobby Kennedy Jr., okay? He's a Democrat. I'm not a fan of Democrats, but I've got respect for him. And I defend, just like everybody else in this country, citizen and non-citizen, the First Amendment rights that we have, free speech. And you think about Bobby Kennedy Jr., what happened to his uncle and what happened to his dad, and some techie guy is limiting the free speech of the son of Bobby Kennedy? How dare they? How dare they? I was talking about this girl that was on the Star Wars show, The Mandalorian, the MMA boxer that got fired by Disney, and they've taken her off of the show and all this stuff. And you saw what happened with Veritas yesterday on Twitter. What I've come to realize is that social media, they're canceling themselves. They're making themselves irrelevant. They're now, this thing with Bobby Kennedy Jr. is, now he's a conspiracy guy. I'm not a conspiracy guy, contrary to what our fake Trump supporters said earlier. I am not a conspiracy guy. Bobby Kennedy Jr. is, okay, a conspiracy guy. But you know what? That's okay. Art Bell made a living till the day he died being a conspiracy theorist. David Duchovny in the X-Files, right? It's okay to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm not, but it's okay. It's America. It's America. And I take personal offense for Bobby Kennedy Jr. getting banned from Instagram just because of what happened to his father and his uncle. And if anybody deserves a right to share their conspiracy theories, it's him. And it's outrageous. It's outrageous what's going on here. And James O'Keefe and Project Veritas are the most legit news organization we have in America today. Project Veritas, they're looking for excuses to get rid of Veritas because they're reporting on the stories that no one else wants to report on, real stories. They're doing Woodward and Bernstein level stories every week over Project Veritas. That's why they're going after them. And the people they're going after are afraid of what they have coming. All right, 1-888-GO-CANE1. That's our number. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Good morning. Jeff from Davie, long-time listener.
Hey, Davie. Wow.
Yeah, outrageous. You're really nailing the words for what's going on. But this stuff with Cuomo, it's top down. It's been so long. If you think about it, you can wipe your computer, smash your devices, you can have servers, the things that you can do and never see jail time. Never even see.
If you're a Democrat, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, right now, the people that are the working class people are the ones that suffer. They're getting their lives destroyed if they have an opinion about who they choose for president. That's outrageous. Yeah, they made mistakes up at the Capitol. Those people, most of those people were law-abiding people.
Well, they were law-abiding people till they broke the law. They were law-abiding people till they broke the law.
Yes, Some people make mistakes, and they'll pay for their mistakes.
Yeah, that's right.
Back in society. But they weren't burning houses. They weren't beating people.
No, that's not true. They went into our Capitol building and defaced it. They were going to do more. If they weren't stopped by the Capitol Police, they would have done more. I mean, think about it. What would have happened if those lunatics would have busted into the chamber and the Congress was still in there? Okay, yeah. They would have had citizens arrest and a public trial right there, and tried to live stream it on their cell phones. Yeah. So those are terrible bad people. They're terrible bad people that breached the Capitol. Every single one of them.
I gotta say that some of those people were just misled. Some of them are just they're dumb. They're out there. They're not that involved, and they're walking through an open gate. They're walking through an open door, saying that's an opportunity to get in and take a picture. Probably to say I was a part of this, realizing afterwards what a huge mistake that was.
Well, that's too bad. The people that went in are all criminals, but there's some went further than others and committed more crime than others. I wouldn't have done that.
No, I wouldn't have either. But what do we see from the top down over the last 20 years? It's just really, really significant crime after another, and where many people die, lives are all destroyed. How do we ever get back? This is such a big challenge. I'm not a kind of person just like to sit back and say, yeah, well, we will get there, and it's going to take a long time, and we got to wait for a long time. Everybody needs to step up, write letters, make phone calls, talk to those people face to face, and explain what needs to be done in local government all the way up. These are big issues.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're going to tear this guy's business down because he chose to support a presidential candidate?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone loved Mike Lindell. Well, the liberals had problems with Mike Lindell before because he's a very vocal Christian, wears the cross. They don't like that either. But yeah.
So they're allowed to not like it, but you can't destroy somebody because of it their whole life. The good that he's done is been 10 times any of the people that are trying to destroy him, or 100-fold over.
And providing a great night's sleep for millions of Americans actually helps the economy, too. Because you wake up rested in the mornings. Yeah. All right, Davey, thanks for the call. I got to tell you, over the past couple of weeks, I've mentioned it once or twice, but for the first time, I'm not going to say who they are in relation to me because, it's like a scarlet letter with people, and it's up to people, they're doing the right thing. But COVID's hit my family, and a friend of the family has died of COVID here in South Florida this week. And they came in just casual contact with someone, the person that passed away came in casual contact with a family member who walked away unknowingly with COVID, and they gave it to somebody else in the family. And it's someone close in the family, too. And haven't been around them in weeks and weeks now because of it. And it's the first time it's hit that close to me. Personally, I know a lot of you have dealt with it, but I've been over to any lab test now of Boca and Coral Springs many, many times for COVID testing. You get the results on the spot in 15 minutes or less, and it's usually less. They tell you if you've got it, if you've been exposed, and you get the results right then, and you get them right there. And they give you a printout with your results. And I know a lot of you need to get tested regularly for your work, and that printout you can take to work with you. I've been tested many, many times because my wife is a high-risk person health-wise, and I'm not able to isolate like a lot of people during this crisis that we've been in. And I've done everything I would normally do during this period. But any lab test now of Boca, any lab test now of Coral Springs, they have every type of COVID test you need. Okay, every kind that you need, because there's different tests, and sometimes people need different tests for different things. If you're traveling, you need one test. If you're traveling internationally, you need another test. If you're working at the school board, you need this test. You know what I mean? They have all the tests over there. They charge about half of what anybody else charges, and you get the results on the spot, which is great. And I'll tell you, There were a couple times I went over there, got tested. I was a little nervous. Got the result right there. I didn't have to wait a week or 3 weeks or days, and I walked away, and it was such a relief getting that result right then, right there. Now, there's lots of any lab test nows around. These are the only two advertising on the Steve Kane Show. They're open Monday through Saturday, so they're also open tomorrow. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood over near the Coral Square Mall. Their phone number is 954-906-5983, 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza, where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto, north of Hillsborough, on the east side of State Road 7, 441. Had to think for a second. And the number over there is 561-237-5009, 561-237-5009. And again, they are open on Saturdays. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio, okay? And I've taken members of my family over there, too, to get tested at both locations and sent a lot of people over there. People call me and my family sometimes and like, can you get me in? Can you get me? You don't need a connection with me. Just go on over there, tell them you heard about them on the radio, and they'll take very good care of you. And again, both locations are open on Saturday, all right? Okay, now, yeah, this story with Cuomo, this is going to go somewhere. This isn't going to be like your typical thing. Okay, this isn't going to be like your typical. First off, he's not a Washington Democrat; he's a New York Democrat, a little different. And and as I was talking to a caller at the bottom of the hour, Kamala Harris doesn't want Andrew Cuomo to be opposing her in any Democrat primaries. So Kamala Harris has a reason to continue to push to get him out, and hopefully. That justice will be done here. And I think that it will be done here. I really do think it'll be done here. And it should be done. And what they're going to find out is that there's been similar things in other Democrat states. Florida is the model on how to handle COVID. Governor Ron DeSantis here in Florida has just done spectacular work. All right, listen, our phone number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. Good morning, you're on the radio. Good morning. Yes, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Good morning. Brian, why did Mr. Trump invite those people to the White House?
What people?
His supporters.
What are you talking? Are you talking about the day of the breach? Because well, I'll pretend that you don't know the answer. Okay, but you do know the answer. He invited him there because there was a protest scheduled that day, and he invited people who were supporters of him to show up at the protest, like there's in the Washington Mall every day of the week before they sent the army to shut down D.C. There's a protest for something every day of the week there. That's why. Why do you think he did it?
Well, I think he invited them there because if the election was overturned,
Do you think he invited them there for the breach? Do you think he invited them there to attack the Capitol building? No. Okay, so it's okay. So you agree that the impeachment is unjust, wrong, and Trump did nothing wrong?
Those people just went overboard, and they feel hurt that nobody pay attention to him.
Yeah. I will appreciate, this is one of your better calls. This may be one of the few times I've talked to you when you've not been high on weed.
Well, listen, I'm a person who opened the blue sky already. Nobody ever done that. So you can go ahead and talk the foolishness you want to talk about. Nobody higher than I am. I could let off, if they would think who I am, Donald Trump could walk free.
Who are you? Who are you?
I'm the Son of God. If you know what it is. From 1976, the world is saved, pardoned. God came and saved the world, and the human race is pardoned, and we are free.
You're a Messiah?
Well, you don't have to call me all of that kind of name. Because those people who they're looking for, they're putting.
Are you Jesus? Is what you're telling me?
No, I don't call it Jesus.
Well, what do you call yourself then? Are you like Jesus?
I don't use the word Jesus. Jesus is an hide and seek person.
Okay, what do you? Okay, you're the Son of God. What are you then?
The elect, the elect of God, the elect of God, a person that God elect with a testimony of time.
You've been elected by God with the testimony of time to do what? What have you been elected to do?
There's no more judgment. The judgment you're looking for is not going to happen because I faced that judgment already.
Well, no, wait a minute. You've been elected by God to do what?
To tell you the word is say pardon. You don't have to look for judgment no more. The word is pardon.
Mm-hmm. And now, when you say you're the Son of God, is this something unique to you? Am I the Son of God too? Is everybody the son or daughter of God, or are you special?
If you open the blue, and if you know the devil, if you know what's behind the blue, and if you know the devil, then you're the Son of God. But if you don't do that, then don't call yourself.
Uh-huh.
All right, but I opened the blue sky, and I know who came out of it.
Wait a minute. Okay, slow down. You've said this twice now, maybe 3 times. You opened up the blue sky. What does that mean? What did you do?
What did I do? Actually, I didn't open it because to see beyond the blue, you have to either blue transform to you or you transform. I didn't transform. The blue transformed.
The sky. Okay, wait a minute. The sky. The blue sky opened up, and what was in the opening? What did you see in the opening?
Well, I thought God was coming out of that, but God didn't come out of that. The devil came out of it. Right?
You physically saw the devil? You physically saw the devil come out of the sky to you?
Of course. He tried to take the sun from the sky. That's what I'm telling you.
When did this happen? 1978?
76.
76. I missed that. The bicentennial year.
Yes. That's the time.
Okay, so the devil came out. So the blue sky opened up above you. You thought God was going to come out. The devil came out. What did the devil look like? And what did the devil look like?
Beast. It's a beast. It's not a human being. It's a beast.
And he came to you. Did he speak to you? Did the devil speak to you?
Oh no, it's a fight. He just came out to fight to take the sun from the sky. You're asking a question. If you let me tell you, I'll tell you. When he came out, you don't look at me or anything like that. He just goes to take the sun from the sky because that's what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Planet.
Well, why did what I'm wondering is, why did the sky open up above you, and why did Satan come out and reveal himself to you visually like that?
I'm a special. I was a clean person. You got to find a clean person to be able to represent what God has to offer. You guys think about slavery, and all the people in the world think about all those slavery days and all that kind of stuff goes on in their life and all that kind of. I don't think nothing like that. I tried to find who God was.
Well, how long was the when the devil came out? He looked like a beast, Okay, and
a beast is a beast. Don't look like a beast. He's a beast, a dragon.
He looked like a dragon.
He is a dragon.
He was a dragon, and how long did he? Now I'm just asking, was it giant or was it kind of like the same size? Did it come to you in your house? The devil? What happened?
In the firmament, in the clouds. They came out to the clouds and fight.
Well, where were you? Were you inside your house? Were you on top of a building?
I was walking the street in Kingston because I leave New York City for that purpose. God wouldn't come to me.
You were in Jamaica. You were in Kingston, Jamaica, walking the street when this happened.
Take a plane from New York City, landed at Jamaica, from Kennedy Airport, landed in Jamaica Airport. When I landed at your...
Did the devil speak when the devil revealed himself to you? Did he speak?
He don't speak. He don't talk. He just came out and fight. Try to take the sun from the sky. And the lamb that is written in the Bible, I think it's in Revelation 20 somewhere there. Because I don't read the Bible no more. I don't need...
Were there other people with you that witnessed this, or were you the only person able to see this?
When the blue sky opened, that opened months when I was in New York, and months, and I thought about it would come to me, and he wouldn't come to me. So I don't know now that. But when God came to me, people was there when he came.
Okay. All right. I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. Take care. Okay. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Hi, Brian. I heard that exchange. That's what happens when you have someone who's probably drinking alcohol at excess.
No, he's not drinking. He's totally sober.
Or that, for that matter, smoking guns.
That's talk radio. That's talk radio right there.
Oh, yes. With respect to Kamala Harris, anybody who has run anything, who has ran a state or what have you, even a city, as she said, she knows how to fight. She's going to see to it that Mr. Cuomo not get anywhere.
Well, this is a big thing because, listen, everyone assumes that Joe Biden will not run for re-election. I think we can assume that because of his age and everything. That would mean Kamala will be the nominee. But, Cuomo, prior to this, he's got the whole New York media power structure in his pocket. And this is a big mistake he's made. And Kamala, I believe, will make it her mission to get justice here in New York, just so that he doesn't run against her in the primaries in 2024.
Yeah, it's going to be about getting justice there, but mostly anybody who has ran a state or anything, because that's her vulnerability. Kamala Harris is the type of person, she knows where she's vulnerable, and she will, if she sees you coming, she will. She'll try to clip your wings.
Oh, she's cutthroat, Kamala Harris. You don't get to where she is without, playing, nasty baseball.
Now, here's my take on the impeachment hearings. This is not so much about the Democrats, because we know the Democrats are, like you say, they're snakes, pythons, and anything else that's coming out of a swamp or coming out of anywhere.
Yes, I did, after that call.
But
yes.
This impeachment, to me, Brian, and maybe you don't want to hear this, and I know how you feel about the other party, but this impeachment is about the Republican Party. They are desperate. I understand that Donald Trump still has sway when it comes to
not gotten to the Trump stuff yet.
I was listening to
Yeah. No, you're right.
the last thing. He still has sway when it comes to raising funds. Mitch McConnell is afraid of that. Definitely afraid of it.
Well, and he's also, President Trump, now this is just my guesswork, okay? And President Trump up there at Mar-a-Lago, you're always welcome to call into this program, and it will stop whatever we're doing if you call in President Trump. He's within the listening range. He lives in the listening range of our signal for our radio stations now at Mar-a-Lago full time. And I'm not kidding. Or stop in anytime unannounced. I'd rather him show up unannounced because I'd be too nervous expecting him, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't want to know. Just come on in, Mr. President. But I don't believe President Trump's going to start a third party separate from the Republican Party. I think he wants to retake the Republican Party away from these party establishment snakes that are running it right now, like McConnell.
They know he's coming, and they know when he does come, he has that type of power when it comes to money. And Mitch McConnell is fighting him too.
Well, and they're also trying to stop the political dynasty. I was talking earlier in the hour about how Instagram has banned Bobby Kennedy Jr. because he's got some conspiracy things he talks about. And even I have no use for Democrats, I have respect for Robert Kennedy because of his father and his uncle. And by the way, not Uncle Ted, Uncle President Kennedy, okay? And their sacrifice, and there's respect and they don't want to have a political dynasty in the Trump family like with the Kennedy family that's still around.
Yeah, because they see Laura Trump coming. They see Don Jr. coming. Those are articulate.
I can see Eric. I can see Eric as the mayor of New York.
Too. All of them. They are very articulate. They are great spokesmen, not just for their father. They're just phenomenal, period, as people. And they don't want those people.
I got to tell you something. One thing about Kamala really ticked me off. We had a first lady who was literally, and this is not figuratively, an international supermodel. And we had a first daughter who also is a cover girl model, and Ivanka. And they weren't on the cover of any magazines. They weren't invited to Fashion Week in Paris or Fashion Week in New York. Kamala Harris has this stepdaughter who is very unattractive, who all of a sudden's got a modeling contract. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
But things happen, Brian. I got some theories about that marriage of hers and about her, to be quite honest with you. But I keep them to myself.
No.
Kamala, trust me, when it comes to anybody she sees as a major threat, she's going to see to it.
She's ruthless. She is ruthless, and she's a heartbeat away from the top job there is in the world.
as far as I'm concerned, she's.
Oh yeah.
She's talking about actually decimating Medicaid.
Listen. Look at how many lives Kamala. See, this is what makes Kamala a dangerous politician. She stands for nothing other than the advancement of Kamala. How many black men and women did she put in prison in California just for political gain, just to move up to the next office? Yeah.
This is what most people don't know. That's why I tell most of the people that I know around me and everything, stop voting the D all the time. Stop it. Start asking questions, but they're still stuck on stupid, and they're still doing that. They're still...
Well, listen, I got to run. We're late for our top of the hour break. We'll end up, appreciate the call. It's 2 minutes after 7 a.m. I'm Brian. This is Friday's edition of the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. If you're on hold, don't go anywhere. Hour number 2 begins now.
Got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Stop paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate, where they have all the major brands like Goodyear and Firestone at discount prices that absolutely can't be beaten. Steve Kane's tires for his Toyota van at the other shops, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. That's a $100 savings per tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the shops around town. The price at Friendly Tire, only $65. That's a $70 savings per tire. These prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of good used tires too, starting at just $30 for most cars. Call my good buddy Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone at 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
If you suffer with diabetes, there's a 25% chance that you'll develop...
Good morning. Those of you that are new here, make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell, and everyone, give me a thumbs up, and then share the video on all your social media. That'd be awesome.
Therapeutic shoes and custom inserts.
I borrowed a chair from the studio next door.
Diabetic shoes and 3 custom inserts. Call the Soul Authority today.
I can sit down every once in a while in a comfortable chair.
7060.
Hi, this is Dr. Mitchell Montez. I'm excited to announce that my practice has morphed into the BioStation and will be formally known as BioStation West Delray. To all of my existing
patients, this chair is comfortable.
Be assured that you will continue to receive the same quality and personalized care that you are accustomed to. The only change is to a spectacular new location and an incredible array of anti-aging, health, and wellness modalities. We will be located at Atlantic Avenue and Lyons Road in the Joseph's Market Shopping Center, directly across from the Delray Marketplace. Call me at my new office number, 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
All right, we're coming back.
Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets?
Thank you, Eddie.
Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group. 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral.
Well, thank you for ordering those pillows.
855 FLA 3782.
You are listening to South Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll free, dial 1-888-COCAINE-1. That's 1-888-COCAINE.
All right, welcome everyone. My name is Brian. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. I just looked outside over the beach. I can see the beach from our studio. And the sun's coming up over the beach, and the weather is beautiful here in sunny South Florida. Oh my goodness. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Welcome everyone. Hour number 2 has begun. In the first hour, we were talking about Governor Cuomo, almost said Mingala, in New York, who we now, according to his own staff, lied to the feds about the nursing home deaths. So he's committed some serious crimes here, Governor Cuomo. We've been talking about that. I'm going to bring up some new... You're welcome to call in on that topic as it will continue throughout the show. I have some other news stories I want to get into, but I'm going to take a call or two first from the first hour that have been holding on for a while before we get into the some newer things. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Hey, it's Mike and Boca.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, maybe you could do some video blogging gift shows when you leave the station today.
I don't have time to go around making videos because I got work to do, but I know it's beautiful. I'm looking at the beach. It looks great.
So I kind of read about that late breaking news about Cuomo yesterday. Now, this DeRosa lady, did it say mention in the article why she waited?
She's probably the first one that talks gets the deal, right? So she's probably worried.
I'm sure she has a lawyer already.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just trying to figure out why she took this long to come out again.
Well, because she's a Democrat. Because, listen, Andrew Cuomo is a very powerful person, and he's a nasty person, too, if you haven't noticed, and she's probably afraid.
Yeah.
I mean, look at, what's the name of the weather girl from Fox, that Janice Dean? He's been going after, her in-laws died in the New York nursing homes because of this, and he's been going after her, and she's on national TV.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty bad, and I do hope they do get justice, and not
I pissed Jeff off.
I mean,
oh.
This guy,
God forbid a radio host piss somebody off. That's the last thing we want to do.
Impeach or something. You can't.
What did I do to piss off Jeff?
When is his term up?
When is it? You know what? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. But I know he plans on running for presidency. Governor Cuomo's father had a dream that he could never achieve, and that was to become president, Mario Cuomo. So he's trying to fulfill his father's legacy.
Yeah, well, but his father, he's no comparison to his father. His father was a
jerk too. And he attacked Ronald. He tried to sabotage Ronald Reagan from defeating the Soviets.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Hey, Mike and Boca, thanks for the call. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Good morning, caller. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, I'm just curious if we know which nursing homes these people were sent to. Were they sent to all nursing homes, or
just random nursing homes throughout New York?
Ones or religious?
Not that we know of. I don't know why. You stopped calling us for a long time. I don't know what brought you back. Come on. Okay, you sound like another Chronic, the guy that claimed to be a Mayflower descendant.
I sent you an email too about advertising it.
Oh, okay. You sound. There's another guy who you sound like. He called in and he claimed to be a Mayflower descendant. Anyway, but you got the same. And of course, I asked him what Mayflower passenger he was a descendant of, and he didn't know. But you have the same voice, so I apologize for that. I think it was just random nursing homes, not public, not private, just where the elderly go. It wasn't. I don't think they targeted. It wasn't that much. But we do know this. Whether or not it was the right thing to do, people can debate that. But it wasn't. But that's a debatable thing. What's not up for debate is what his staff is saying. Governor Cuomo, he lied to federal investigators and ordered his staff to do the same, which also I would imagine would include cooking the books of the paperwork. So those are federal crimes, and that's not up for a debate. He did it. And this isn't some perjury trap like they got Flynn on, asking him the same question 5,000 times, and he says a two-syllable word instead of a one-syllable word. Oh, you perjured yourself. You're busted. This is a real crime. This is a real crime.
All right, thank you.
All right, take care, man. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Brian, it's Ian with Cruising Travel.
Oh, hey, Ian. How you doing? Ian, by the way, is our travel agent who organizes the Steve Kane cruises. How you doing, Ian?
Says we're less than a year away from our sailing, and believe it or not, it's filling up even 11 months out.
Yeah, we have way over 100 people already booked on our next cruise, which is in January, which is 11 months away. on the newly remodeled and refitted Celebrity Equinox out of Fort Lauderdale. And, you know, cruising still hasn't resumed yet. And the bookings are booking up. And once the first ship sets sail, by the time that ship reaches the ocean, the bookings are going to be filled up. I mean, it's going to be like crazy.
Unique sailing as well that's in a lot of demand. I mean, most people hear about the ABC Islands, about Aruba, and this is just a great way to get there. And
you know, I was watching the Love Boat the other night. My wife and I watched the Love Boat reruns. We loved it on CBS All Access, and we were watching the Love Boat the other day, and they took our trip. They went to the ABC Islands, which is where we're going to be going on our cruise. Tell people real quick what the ABC Islands are.
So the ABC Islands are the former Dutch territory: Aruba, Bonaire, and Curaçao. A lot of history. Very beautiful, right off the coast of South America. They're just great stops, and we also have a stop in Grand Cayman on our.
Yeah, and you know, this is our Steve Kane cruises. We missed our cruise last year, unfortunately, because of COVID, and that's why we are going in January next year, and it's going to be a great time. It's a mega cruise. These are a great group of people that we have, and our cruise family grows each and every time. We have dinner together every night. We have a lot of shipboard activities we've planned that we'll have together. And we also plan shore excursions together. And if you want to know what we do on our cruises and how great they are, go to my YouTube channel. I have a great video of our last cruise where we went to Mexico, we went to Grand Cayman and some other place. And you'll get to see the kind of fun and the kind of time we have. And then call Ian and lock in your reservation, because these reservations, you know, because of the social distancing guidelines, they're not selling the celebrity ships that we take have about half the number of passengers as other cruise ships of the same size with other cruise lines have, and with social distancing, even that's cut down a lot. I mean, what's the capacity that they're allowing to book on these ships now, Ian?
Capacity for the Equinox is 2,800.
Yeah.
Could be at about 1,400.
So about half, yeah. Yeah, about half. So yeah, so every other cabin, and these, yeah. So that tells you how difficult it will be as we get closer to book. So listen, call Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot. Lock in your reservation. His number 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. That's Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot. All right, Ian, take care. Have a great weekend. All right, take care. Yeah, and Ian and I, the other day, we're planning our excursions. We're having a beach party on the beautiful 7 Mile Beach in Grand Cayman when we go there with our group. We're going to find a place on the beach that has like a tiki bar. So we can have a bar, we can have food, and the beach, and it's going to be a great time. So give him a call. Good morning. You're on the radio. Good morning. Hey, Doug.
Okay. Firstly, when you just mentioned something that was really disturbing there, I'm sorry to hear that person you know passed away from COVID. But did they get any kind of
the person that I didn't have a family member who died of COVID. A family friend passed away from COVID, and they were in the hospital, and they gave it to a couple of people in my family just through very casual contact. I mean, they were, you know, I was very surprised actually, and yeah, they were in the hospital. So I don't know what they did in the hospital, but I'm sure they do whatever hospitals do when someone's in there for COVID.
The reason I was asking is I'm hearing that.
No, this person got everything you can imagine, I'm sure, and it's unfortunate. And the people in my family that got it from them, took all the precautions, masks, everything, and they still got it. Now I know.
Okay. Well, sorry to hear that. Anyhow.
Yeah, me too. It's awful.
This is the governor character. You know, I never liked him. I don't know how his father even got elected, but you know, they're Democrats. I got a feeling he'll get away with it because they're Democrats, and Democrats never get caught for anything.
No, this is different. This is different. This is, you know, I was talking about this in the last hour. Kamala, you know, when Cuomo first started doing those press conferences last year during the high point of the COVID crisis, he was running for president. You know, and when I saw this, I thought, well, he's probably, you know, he's going to be the nominee, not this time around, but the next time around. And Kamala does not want to have him in the primaries in 2024 running against her. And Kamala Harris is a very powerful person in the administration right now, and she's going to make sure that justice is done with Governor Cuomo, because she wants to have him not able to run against her in the primaries. She's a ruthless woman. You don't get to where she is without being that. And believe me, Kamala Harris wants Cuomo to face justice more than anyone else, even Janice Dean, because it's all about not having that opponent.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you're probably right on the money there. But then again, he's the governor of New York, and all these people work for him. So I can't see how, and the media is probably not going to be against him too much.
Yeah.
I don't think much is going to happen, but I hope it does.
No, he lied. He lied to federal investigators and ordered his staff to do it, and they have phony paperwork and everything else. He committed serious crimes. Yeah. I mean, he committed very serious crimes.
If he was Republican, there'd be no problem with him going to jail, but this is
No, I don't think Cuomo's going to go to jail, okay? But his political career is going to be over, because Kamala wants him out of the running.
One less person running like him would be great to have one less. Did you have to listen to that whole fake impeachment?
Well, yeah, I've got to watch it to know what's going on. I got to be informed.
Well, maybe you need to go to Disney or something over the weekend to recharge your energy.
Or pick up a bottle of wine on the way home. I mean, yeah, I thought yesterday was spectacular. The Democrats had nothing. They were showing things that happened in Michigan and elsewhere, like this had something to do with Trump, and they went through a bunch of tweets. I mean, basically what they said is, we don't like him, and you should convict him because we don't like him.
I know, I watched a little bit, I couldn't stand much more, but every time they showed one of the tweets, I said, I love that tweet, that was great, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
They hate him, and now I'm hoping today,
we know what this is about. I mean, the senators are already talking about it. It's about what we said it was about. They're going to pass a resolution saying that he is not permitted to hold federal office in the future. We all know this. In fact, I heard one pundit made a very interesting point about this. Just because they say that he can't hold federal office doesn't mean that he cannot run for federal office. So what do they do? They bar him from holding federal office, and then he wins the nomination. What are they going to do? They're so stupid. Their Trump derangement. They're so far gone in their Trump derangement syndrome. They're helping President Trump. They don't even get it.
If something does happen, which I'm hoping it won't, I'm thinking that they're going to throw it out. They should. Just because John Roberts wasn't there, and the whole thing is going to come.
Yeah. You know, there's a big, Monday is President's Day. And there's a lot of MAGA people going up to Mar-a-Lago on Monday to celebrate President's Day up near Mar-a-Lago.
Nice. I mean, the president could probably use as much people behind him as he can. They listen to these people, put him down all day long, hours. Sickening. I don't know. You know, I'm wondering. They don't have any statistics on how many people are actually listening. Have you heard anything about that?
What do you mean?
How many people are actually listening to that fake impeachment?
You know what? I haven't seen anything about the ratings on it. Even President Trump was bored with it and went golfing yesterday. I mean, it's all about him, and he wouldn't even watch it. He went golfing. Yeah.
That was great. If he's golfing, that means he understands it's total nonsense, and he doesn't have to listen to it.
Yeah. All right, Doug, appreciate the call. Got to run. Now, before we break, a little while ago, I started the show talking about this at 6. I'm going to throw this out again, and somebody, I don't know, about 15 or 20 minutes ago made a comment in the YouTube live chat room. this morning, I went through I was in line at Starbucks. I got to Starbucks before they opened, and I was in the drive-thru waiting for them to open, and I was reading my comments that people were leaving for me on YouTube and some of the direct messages people have sent me, and some of the most vile comments I've seen from people. Some of them were like 3,000-word essays. I mean, I couldn't even believe how long some of these comments people have left for. And they were very nasty about me, about Steve, about this program, questioning things that we do and say, and I mean, everything. I mean, you wouldn't believe. And by the way, these were not liberals. These were supposedly MAGA people. And I threw out a challenge. We had one Democrat call in the first hour about this, but I threw out the challenge for all these keyboard cowards to call me live on the radio and confront us on the air. And there was one person in particular whose name I saw mentioned in the chat, Jeff from Maine. I didn't even notice this, but somebody that this had happened until I read this comment about 15 or 20 minutes ago. Jeff from Maine listened to this show for a number of years and called, and apparently he's not listening to us anymore. Someone in the chat said, Brian pissed off Jeff from Maine, and he will not be back. Well, the last thing that a radio talk show host wants to do is piss people off, right? Isn't that what we're supposed to do? I don't know why Jeff from Maine was pissed off by me. I don't know what I did nor what I said, but those of you out there like him, if you got something to say, we're here taking your calls. Say it on the air. Confront us with it. Don't have a little knitting circle with your girlfriends. Don't leave a comment or on YouTube, or send me a DM. Call me on the air and I'll deal with it. Confront me with your concerns on the air. I'll talk to you. And I'm serious as a heart attack. 1-888-465-2631. 1-888-465-2631. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Dr. Janae.
I'm Alan Knight.
You love listening to Steve Kane and Brian Craig for your daily dose of political pandemonium. Now you need a cure for the resulting anxiety and depression. Join us for the perfect prescription to help you cope with the world.
Saturday mornings at 11 and Sunday nights at 11.
If you want answers about love, anger, pain, and relationships, join us for your chance to call in and share your stories, tears, or laughs. Take the opportunity to tell me what's on your mind.
Stop paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate, where they have all the major brands like Goodyear and Firestone at discount prices at absolutely...
Steve Kane Show.
Steve Kane's tires for his Toyota van at the other shops.
Hey.
$175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. That's a $100 savings per tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the shops around town. The price at Friendly Tire, only $65. That's a $70 savings per tire. These prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of good used tires too, starting at just $30 for most cars. Call my good buddy Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone at 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
This is Dr. Mitchell Matez. I'm excited to announce that my practice has morphed into the BioStation. To all of my existing patients, please be assured that you will continue to receive the same quality and personalized care that you are accustomed to. We will be located at Atlantic Avenue and Lyons Road in the Joseph's Market Shopping Center, directly across from the Delray Marketplace. Call me at my new office number, 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for W.
All right, welcome everyone. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show. We are back. Let's go to the phones. John in Wellington.
Yes, hi Brian. Good morning.
Hey.
I've got a question for you. These negative attacks that you're talking about. Is this an
ongoing thing, or is this something that's just occurred over the last?
It's an ongoing thing, and that's been going on lately, and it's getting worse each and every day. And in the last couple of days, they've gotten worse and worse and worse. And these are attacks made by conservatives, so supposedly.
Well, how many people are we talking about?
Oh, dozens and dozens and dozens. Dozens. I mean, over 100 in the last couple days.
I was going to ask, are you sure that it's really that many, or is it just somebody?
No, it's that many. It's different. No, I'm getting DMs. It's messages on Twitter. I'm sure. Oh yeah, yeah. It's over 200 probably. If I want, I haven't physically counted, but no, it's a lot.
Well, whether they like you or not, that's a telltale sign that they're listening.
Well, no, I don't take the criticism as a negative, but I don't like cowards. We take calls, we take criticism. We had a discussion, you, me, and Steve, I don't know, last week or something, and we do it. We do it right here on the air. We give out the number, we take the calls, and we deal with it on the air, not cowards, off the air.
See, we sat there and we discussed things like adults.
Yeah, not like cowards.
No, and let me tell you something, and let me tell something to your listeners too, in case they're not aware. I'm sure they are because they listen to you on a daily basis. I do not agree with what you and Steve say 100% of the time. However, nowhere, not on TV and not on radio, will I ever get more substantial information than from the Steve Kane Show. I don't get it from CNN. I wouldn't watch CNN anyway, but I don't get it from Fox or Newsmax or anywhere else. If you want to be in the know, you've got to listen to the Steve Kane Show.
Yeah, I appreciate that. All right, take care. All right, now listen, I know this is a short segment because I went long in the first segment. I'm going to take this break on time so that for the rest of the show we'll be on our timely break schedule, because if I don't take this break on time, it'll be, like a traffic jam for the rest of the show, okay? So I'm going to take this break. I apologize for the short segment. That's my fault. When we get back, I'll go back to the calls. If you're on hold, don't go anywhere. And everything we brought up, including about Governor Cuomo, all that's still fair game to discuss on the show today. But I'm going to bring up some new topics as well. And Steve will be joining us in just a bit, too. 1-888-GO-CANE-1 is our number. It's a toll-free call. We'll be back right after this.
Hi, Brian Craig here. You've heard Dr. Mitch Matez and Steve Kane's wife Lori talk about their COVID testing at Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. I've been tested too. So is Steve Kane and his son Tyler. Today on the radio, Rabbi David called in. He felt that he was getting sick and wanted to get tested for coronavirus. So he went to Any Lab Test Now of Boca. Go to Rabbi David. Hey, Rabbi.
By the way, you might hear congestion in my voice. I actually had
Steve Kane Show.
I was a little sick, and of course, I get nervous that
Hold on.
My wife also. So guess what we did? I listened to you. I went down to Any Lab Test Now yesterday, and I couldn't believe it. Went right in there. They put a little tiny thing, you didn't even feel it in my finger. Literally 10 minutes later, not a second more, they came back and said, "You're fine, negative, great."
I like this chair. This is a comfortable chair. It's almost too... It's not too comfortable. You don't want a chair that's too comfortable when you're on the air, because you'll get too comfortable and fall asleep. But that's nice.
I'll tell you, anytime somebody has any type of congestion, all of a sudden, there's anxiety sets in, not just for them, but everybody around them. It's best just to go in and get the test, say, I don't have the COVID. You know what I mean? Instead of dealing with all the wonder.
And they give you a piece of paper. So yesterday, I actually walked around with it. When people heard,
Steve Kane Show.
I take out that piece of paper, I said, I was tested
Barry.
right here, and I pick up the piece of paper and showed it to them. That says negative. And
Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Coral Springs, they're good people, and we're very lucky to have them.
They're very caring and full of information.
First, we had a doctor recommendation from Dr. Mitch Matez. Now we have a rabbi. Rabbi recommended Any Lab Test Now of Boca, Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs for your COVID testing. Yeah, that's great. Rabbi recommended. Any lab test now of Boca and any lab test now of Coral Springs. Rabbi recommended by Rabbi David for COVID testing. Rapid coronavirus testing at just $69. But you have to mention you heard them on the radio. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. Their number 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is. Their number 561-237-5009. Make sure you mention you heard them on the radio.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search.
All right, we are back. Coming up on 32 minutes after 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show. And we have on the line Attorney Barry Siegel, our Medicaid planning, elder law, and estate planning attorney. And I was reading the news and thinking about you this morning, Attorney Barry Siegel. You know, Larry King passed away a couple weeks ago, the great Larry King. And there's a story today that he had a will that was handwritten on a piece of paper for his $50 million fortune, leaving it to his children equally, it says. What does that mean for Larry King's family that he left a $50 million fortune on a handwritten will on a piece of paper?
Well, good morning. I had not even heard of that yet.
Yeah, it's breaking news today. It's crazy, isn't it?
Okay, I'm going to have to look for that. But
yeah.
Yeah, first of all, there's going to be questions about validity, whether it was it's going to be valid. Secondly, if it's a will, it means it's going through probate. And with $50 million, now some of those assets may have beneficiary designations on them or co-owners, but a significant amount of that's going to go through probate. What that does mean is good news for the lawyers, but for his family, there's going to be a lot of fees and costs involved. So there can be a lot of problems.
Yeah, and I read they said that he cut out a wife, and in a case like that, there's no doubt she's going to challenge that.
So.
Oh man, disaster.
And I wanted to wish you guys and the audience happy Valentine's Day this coming weekend. You know, it's a day to celebrate love and the people we love. And one of the things that I like and I think is very true is your actions speak so loud I can't hear a word you're saying. In other words, actions speak louder than words. So there's people in our lives all the time that, you know, our parents, our kids, our significant others, those people in our lives that we tell them we love them. Right? Actions speak louder than words, and the way we really can show that we love these people, especially here on Valentine's Day, is to make sure that we take actions to protect them, to make sure that everything is going to work out properly. God forbid we become ill, incapacitated, or pass away, that we won't leave them a mess. We won't, like you just mentioned with the Larry King story.
Jared, $2.99 Super Chat, thank you.
And
well, thank you,
leave them
Jared.
everything in a protected manner. That's how we can show and take action rather than just say things with our words. And so that would be a nice Valentine's gift.
Absolutely. And you know, most people don't have $50 million like Larry King, but no matter the size of what you leave behind, if you don't have things set up properly, it'll be a mess for your heirs. It really will be. You need to give Attorney Barry Siegel a call. It's a completely free consultation. If you mention you heard about him on the radio, his number is toll-free, 1-855-FLA-3782, 1-855-FLA-3782. And online, SiegelLawGroup.com. Attorney Barry Siegel, we'll talk next week.
All right. Have a great week.
You too. Take care. Take care. All right. Now, I'm going to go back to the phone, screenless. Don't know what's coming at me. Don't know what these people want to talk about, but we'll just take them. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name?
Hey Brian. It's Steve from Coral Springs.
Hey.
Hey, I heard you were talking about this thing with Cuomo. I just heard about it in the morning about about his aid. Could you?
I'll go through the story again in a little bit after I take another call or two after you. But he lied. I'll just give you the capsulized version. He lied to federal investigators, And he directed his staff to do the same thing about the number of people who died in the nursing homes due to his incompetence. And that's a major serious crime, lying to the feds, and he conspired by... And this came out because one of his staffers, I guess she's afraid she's going to get locked up, one of his staffers came out and told the story.
Right, yeah, like a snitch, yeah.
Well, I don't know about a snitch. A snitch, you say that's like a bad thing. I mean, listen, I don't care why she did it, but I know this, he's a very bad man, and he's responsible for a lot of deaths. And the people that died in the nursing homes, these are terrible deaths. A lot of them didn't have to happen. A lot of them are dead because of his incompetence. He tried to cover up. And when someone has COVID and they're dying, they're completely isolated. They die alone. They're not allowed to be with their family, their kids, grandkids, or their spouses. It's a terrible, lonely death because of Cuomo. So this is, big deal.
Well, you're right about that, Brian. Another thing too, and I recall, I don't want to get into like religious talk, but I remember even Franklin Graham had his people that that send for help in New York, and I heard that Cuomo said no, I don't want it and stuff. So you could tell the selfishness of him and his brother too.
Well, they're sociopaths, especially Governor Cuomo. He's a complete sociopath.
Yeah. Hey, one thing, I'll let you go. You got me into this guy that comes on after you, Richard Pearl.
Oh yes.
He's like a historian guy. I was like driving to the dentist yesterday, and there used to be he's really cool. So I like the show. I know
he talks about things that even Steve and I wouldn't even get into. He's really out there. I know. It's very raw. This is not just hype. It is. He tells it like it is. It's very raw, and he has no filter. Richard Pearl has no filter. Yeah. All right. Take care, man. Weekdays at 9, following the Steve Kane Show. Take care. You're on the air. Good morning. Good morning, caller. Once. Yes, you're on the air. What's your name?
Sandy, your old friend from Log Cabin.
Oh my gosh, Andy Eddy from the Log Cabin Republicans. Oh my goodness, how you doing?
I was...
Caught me off guard.
I'm getting my COVID shot now.
Great.
Second shot. I heard that I had no problem with the first shot, but they said sometimes the second shot hurts. Survive. But I'm so happy to be getting it.
Yeah, by the way, the Log Cabin Republicans are the gay Republicans, and Andy here is one of the big leading gay Republicans in South Florida.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm also at Breck. I've been with Breck for a number of years.
Yeah.
I know you guys don't like
the Broward Republican Executive Committee. Yeah. Yeah.
Always there fighting in the trenches. But you know what I'm happy about? I got a whiff of the comment you made about all the nasty calls you're getting. And what I say is that's great because it shows that you've got a lot of listeners and you're stirring up the pot.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's a negative thing. I just I just think they should confront me. I'm not upset. Are you kidding? That means I'm doing my job. But I'd like to see these guys be a man and confront me.
No, you're right, and I'm glad you're still kicking ass.
Always, man. I guess those Lincoln Project guys though are trying to take away the job of the Log Cabin Republicans.
Fond of your friends in the Lincoln.
They're not my friends. I'll tell you a weird thing. Here at the radio station a few months ago, I was wearing a Trump shirt. I got off the air, and I got in the elevator. We're on the top floor of the building, and it stops at the floor beneath us. A guy gets in wearing a Lincoln Project t-shirt. And it was very strange. I don't know what he was doing in the building. It was very strange. You're a Trump guy. The Log Cabins the gay Republicans like Trump, right?
Oh yeah, yes. We endorsed him with a lot of negativism hurled at us.
Yeah.
Nasty comments, as usual, and I don't have to tell you about nasty comments.
Oh yeah. All right, Andy. Take care. Glad you're still with us. Haven't heard from you in years, and he sounds a lot older than the last time I talked to him. Good morning. You're on the radio.
Yeah, hello there.
Yeah.
Question. Something I've been very curious about. You have call in on a regular basis. For instance, like Richie and there's Doug and all them. I'm curious about one I hear again and again doing a commercial, and I wonder who he is. He's a gay guy. Says thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, I love you. It sounds like some gay guy that called.
What are you single? Are you looking for a date for Valentine's Day?
I don't want to take your secret lover away. Thank you, I love you.
I don't know. I think that's what did you say? What did you call me? Oh, he hung up. Oh my God. See what I got to deal with, people? See what I got to deal with? Oh my goodness. I know that's my life. That's what I got to deal with. The story today, there's a story about President Trump. It's in the Daily Mail. Here's the headline. Revealed Trump was far sicker with COVID than he admitted. And it's a very detailed story about it. And let me read some of it to you, then we'll talk about it. Former President Donald Trump was sicker than he admitted when he had COVID in October, with officials fearing he would need to be put on a ventilator, it's been claimed. Let's see, it says here, unnamed people familiar with President Trump's condition told the New York Times, four unnamed people familiar with his condition told the New York Times new details Thursday about Trump's condition and revealed the effort to get him experimental drugs not available to the American public. Well, he's the president of the United States at the time, and he should get everything that's out there, absolutely. The White House announced that the former president and First Lady Melania Trump had tested positive for corona on October 1st after Bloomberg News had reported that top aide Hope Hicks had experienced symptoms on Air Force One the night before. Hicks also received a positive test. The whole group was returning from a campaign event. The Trump White House refused to tell the public when Trump had received his last negative COVID test, something that still remains a mystery. New details the New York Times shared include that Trump was found to have lung infiltrates. Is that how you say that? Infiltrates, I guess so, which are often a marker of acute disease. His lungs could have contained fluid or bacteria, easily spotted on x-rays or scans because the lungs look opaque or white. The New York Times also reported that Trump's blood oxygen level was dangerously low in the 80s. Even numbers in the low 90s are considered dangerous for COVID patients. In both these instances, Trump's physician, Dr. Sean Conley, had painted a rosier picture. Well, of course, because he didn't want to panic the world about the health condition of the president. Conley was asked, Dr. Conley, if there was evidence of pneumonia or damage to Trump's lungs, and he replied there were expected findings, but nothing of any major clinical concern. He also reported that Trump's blood oxygen level had dipped to the low 90s, not in the 80s, as the New York Times is now reporting. Now, unfortunately, since the president is banned from Twitter, he can't tell us whether or not this is fake news or not. Trump received the treatment Regeneron while he was still at the White House. The New York Times reported that White House officials scrambled to get Trump the antibody cocktail the night of October 1st when his diagnosis was made public. And I got to tell you, that was frightening. And I was really scared when we heard he had COVID. I wasn't scared about that at first, but when they flew him out unexpectedly on Marine One at the White House, that scared the hell out of me. It really did, and I know a lot of you too. Patrick Philbin, a top lawyer in the White House counsel's office, phoned the FDA commissioner and asked how they could approve the drugs used for two senior administration officials, meaning the president and first lady. He did not name Trump or Mrs. Trump as those officials, the New York Times report said. The lawyer also said that Regeneron had agreed to hand over the doses. Okay, let me see. Do we have any more details? That's most of the details. That's most of it. So, you know, that's a miracle that he recovered so fast, too, right? He got out of there quickly, and everything they did was appropriate. I'll assume the story's true until it's debunked by President Trump. But, you know, when President Trump left Walter Reed to go back home to the White House, he changed his attitude towards the media a little bit, and this story is not surprising to me. I was really upset. I made a YouTube video about that when it happened, but the way the media carried themselves during this time was the most disgusting, distasteful way I've ever heard. The most towards President Trump, and they were always nasty towards President Trump, but the media were rooting against him that weekend. They were talking about he was high risk and he was obese. You could tell they could hardly keep the smile out of their voices. They were low-life scumbags during that weekend, and it was a scary time, obviously, for him and for me and for the country and the world. And thankfully, things turned out well. And maybe we'll get some more details because things are leaking out. But it's a miracle that he recovered so quickly from COVID. Did you see Biden said that we're going to be wearing masks for the next 2 years? And I see little kids wearing masks now, like elementary school kids when I'm around town. Little kids wearing masks. And the masks are here to stay for a long, long time. These little kids, they're not going to know a life without the mask. And I think masks are going to be here for years to come. The left like it because it's a way for them to control us. And liberals love to have control over the people, at least under their control, I should say. They're never going to let this go. There's always going to be a new strain and a new variant and this and that and everything else. They're going to keep this going to keep control over us for as long as they can. All right, listen, we'll take our last break of the second hour, 48 minutes after 7. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977. We'll be back. Do not go anywhere.
Brian Craig here. I've been telling you for years how great MyPillow products are, but don't just take my word for it. This is one of our listeners, Todd. He bought the MyPillow mattress topper, and he called us live on the radio to tell us about his experience with the MyPillow mattress topper.
Yeah, I'm calling to get testimonials about my MyPillow topper.
You ordered the MyPillow, the mattress topper?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
It's right here. I just took it off during the break.
I was thinking about buying a new mattress. My old mattress was getting old, so my wife's like, why don't you try that pillow, that mattress top? So I went on, I used your promo code Kane. I got a great price. Got it home, and I've been using it for the last 3 nights. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like a whole new mattress.
I talked to other listeners with the MyPillow mattress topper, and they come in all sizes. The mattress companies have turned into con artists. When I was a kid, mattresses were two-sided. You'd have the mattress, then after a while, you'd flip it over. Now you can't flip mattresses anymore. They don't make them that way anymore because people weren't buying mattresses enough. So the mattress companies stopped making two-sided mattresses, and mattresses are expensive. I've had to buy a new mattress, and mattresses can cost well over, just for a regular normal mattress, over $1,000. So that MyPillow mattress topper is a big savings. It saves you from buying a new mattress and turn your whole bed into a MyPillow.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I really love it. I sleep really good.
Well, that's great. Well, I appreciate that. You guys out there, remember, promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. Now, when you use the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com, save 30% off your MyPillow mattress topper and receive 2 free MyPillows. But you got to use the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. 30% off the MyPillow mattress topper. Turn your old mattress into a big MyPillow mattress. Promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com. Hi, this is George Corey of the Soul Authority. In this time of social distancing and sheltering in place, many people have been forced to neglect their feet. We at the Soul Authority are making it possible for you to still take care of your feet while remaining in your home, as we will send a doctor to your house for all of your
Steve Kane Show.
needs. The best part of all is that Medicare pays for
Steve
this.
Kane Show.
So, if you're a Medicare recipient, give the Soul Authority a call today at 954-597-7060. That's 954-597-7060. Don't let
Pamela, $4.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, yes, and don't forget, today, Friday, is the last day when you use the promo code Kane that you can get the MyPillow for just $29.98. But you've got to use the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com. And after today, that special is going to be gone. This is the MyPillow for the $29 $29.98 special. The mattress topper and the other specials are still in effect, but the MyPillow offer itself will be ending $29.98 today. Promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. And when you order by phone, spell out that promo code Kane to take advantage of that deal. All right, Marjorie Taylor Greene, they're out to destroy her. She's the future of MAGA, Marjorie Taylor Greene. And they removed her from these committees, and what they've done is they've made her stronger than ever, more popular than ever. She's like the AOC of the GOP. And I don't mean that in a negative way. They've taken a freshman member of the House of Representatives that's not part of the political establishment, that's a political outsider, and they've elevated her to the top of popularity because they're attacking her so much, the Republican Party too. And there was a story yesterday they're about her sex life. Did you guys see this, Marjorie Taylor Greene? Do you guys think she's good looking for a member of the government, for a congressperson? There's a different standard of beauty among government officials, right? But listen to this. This is in the Daily Mail. The controversial conspiracy congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene cheated on her husband with a polyamorous tantric sex guru. Now, I didn't know exactly what tantric sex was, so I looked that up. Tantric sex is also referred to as sexual yoga. This is on Wikipedia, and refers to a wide range of practices carried out in Hindu and Buddhist tantra exercises sexually in a ritualized yoga context. Okay. Oftentimes involves the consumption of impure elements like alcohol, meat, and other things. Okay, so controversial conspiracy congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene cheated on her husband with a polyamorous tantric sex guru. Then, after ending her affair with him, the married mom of 3 moved on and started another affair with the manager of her gym behind her husband's back. That's right. Marjorie Taylor Greene did stick with her husband Perry as she made her unlikely rise that has turned her into the most talked about Republican in D.C. Neither of the two men have denied the affairs when approached by members of the press about this. Craig Ivey, no relation to me, his first name's Craig. Craig Ivey, the tantric sex practitioner, said, "I will not respond to anything about this," while the other man, Justin, said, "I have no interest in talking about anything to do with that woman. Everything with her comes to no good." Oh boy, the bad breakup there. But others say the new representative from Georgia's 14th Congressional District was brazen about her affairs, which she carried on while working at gyms in Georgia. Yeah, okay. And they've got pictures of these guys, and these are some strange-looking dudes. I'll show everybody on YouTube what the guys look like. These are some strange-looking dudes. They took some pictures off their Facebook pages. It wasn't a secret. Everyone who moved in her circles knew about both affairs of Marjorie Taylor Greene's. One man who worked closely with Taylor Greene confirmed this to the media. And her boss, billionaire Jim Chambers' grandson, said, "She socialized a lot with us. I remember one particular pool party where she was lying draped over Craig's lap drinking a beer. She was quite open about it," he added. "We all thought her marriage was falling apart. But then I took my son to her son's birthday party, and things seemed totally normal between her and her husband, even if they were a little lukewarm." In response to the Daily Mail's request for comment, Marjorie Taylor Greene called the story ridiculous tabloid garbage spread by an avowed communist in another attempt to smear my name because I'm the biggest threat to the Democrats' socialist agenda. So she's denying it. Her attorney, Lynn Wood, oh my goodness. I love you, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I really do, but fire Lynn Wood, okay? Her attorney, Lynn Wood, had previously said that an article about the allegations published by the New Yorker magazine was intended to smear her with false accusations, half-truths, misrepresentations, out-of-context statements, and agenda-driven lies. Isn't it just easier to say it's not true? Marjorie Taylor Greene, age 46, has become notorious since being elected to Congress. She calls herself a strong conservative Christian who planned to take her family values to Washington. Yes. These are some strange dudes. But she's been slammed for her belief in conspiracies. It goes on and on. Okay. This thing about her affairs and being a... See, this is what the left are doing. They're trying to smear her, and what they're trying to do is do to her what they try to do to President Trump. Okay? And there's a term that I have never used before to describe what they are doing to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Okay? So there's a phrase called, and I apologize for the use of the phrase, but it's called this is what they call it slut shaming. Slut shaming. I don't know if the stories are true or not. There must be a little bit of truth to them. Maybe. I don't know. And I really don't care. These were 10 years ago, by the way. And this is what the left do. See, the left don't understand Christians. They don't understand conservatives. They think that Christian conservatives are saintly figures, and if they ever do anything that's wrong, their followers will drop them. One thing about Christians, we understand we are not saintly figures. Everyone is a sinner. There's only one person who wasn't, and everyone is a sinner. We are all sinners, and things happen, and people deal with it, and they ask for forgiveness, and they're forgiven if they truly mean. You know the story. But what they're doing to Marjorie Taylor Greene, I thought liberals said was between a husband and a wife. When it came to the Clintons who were carrying on this way. And, everything they've gone after Marjorie Taylor Greene about has happened before she held office. And for them to have a story from 10 years ago shows how afraid of Marjorie Taylor Greene they are. They have hardcore, upper-level investigators investigating every aspect of not just her life, but everyone who's come in contact with the woman. They're doing to her what they try to do to Sarah Palin. Remember when Sarah Palin was announced to be the running mate for John McCain, they sent investigators with cash to Alaska, Wasilla in particular, and started offering cash for dirt on Sarah Palin. They're doing the same thing here with Marjorie Taylor Greene. This is a 10-year-old story. We don't know that it's true. She's denying it and has denied it in the past. And it shows they're very worried about her because she's very popular. She must be incredibly popular in her home district. They're trying to stop her from being reelected is what they're doing at this point. But let me tell you something. The more they go after Marjorie Taylor Greene, the more I love and support her. And I think that goes for most people, too, in the MAGA movement. There's this new era, this new wave of Trumplicans, I call them, the MAGA people. We got Gates here in Florida. We got Ron DeSantis, right? I mean, there's a few others. Marjorie Taylor Greene's one of them, and the Republican Party is being reshaped from within by people like Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene and others, and the new MAGA Party is inside the Republican Party. And people that are MAGA people that are not playing ball with the establishment, they're going to do to them what they did to President Trump, and that's what Marjorie Taylor Greene is up against. And for them to get involved in the sex life of a woman and something that happened 10 years ago that her and her husband obviously have dealt with, to me, shows a complete panic. That means that they have internal polls that show her with an approval rating of over 90%. People love her. Because, all we know about her is what? She stands up to the establishment of both parties. Her first 10 seconds in the House, she was standing up to Pelosi about the mask mandate. Right? And then when they went after her a couple weeks ago with these committee assignments, the Republican establishment, she stood up to them too, and she had just a incredible press conference where she called out the media like Trump does. And she must have like a 93% approval rating or something among MAGA people for them to go after her like this. So don't let any of these negative stories stop you from supporting Marjorie Taylor Greene. And so far as this story, I don't know if it's true or not, but even if it's 100% true, which I doubt that's the case, but even if it's 100% true, I don't care. All I care is she's the only Republican I know of in the Congress, really, that's standing. She's standing up to these people more than Ted Cruz. You know, we need 50 of her. She's a Laura Loomer type, just a few years older. You know, and they don't like Republicans who stand up to the establishment. She doesn't just stand up to the Democrats. She stands up to, and I remember when this will sound crazy. I remember when Maxine Waters first went to Congress. She refused to sit where they told her to sit because she was a freshman. She had to sit at the back row, and she went and sat in the front row, and they praised her for that. And she was very vocal, just like AOC and the squad. Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene's a squad of one, but she is vocal, and she's in their face, and they're trying to destroy and smear her, and they're trying to slut-shame her. This is what Harvey Weinstein did to women he abused. He would leak stories to the press about their sex life and make it sound dirty, and make it sound like they were terrible people and immoral people. The liberals are using the same tactics on Marjorie Taylor Greene that Harvey Weinstein used on his victims. All right, we'll take our break. Third hour is coming up. Steve will be joining us after the break at the top of the hour here. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. We'll come back with Steve right after the break. Don't go anywhere.
AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network, WWNN, Pompano Beach.
If you suffer with diabetes, did you know there's a
Steve Kane Show.
25% chance that you will develop a
Good,
foot
hold on.
ulcer at some point in your life? And foot ulcers, when you have diabetes, can lead to severe health consequences up to and including amputation. Now, Medicare
But you can't talk about
recognizes the
Swalwell.
importance
Yeah,
of
that's
medical
right.
foot care
That's right.
and has provided coverage for those of you who are at-risk patients. I want to introduce you to my good friends at the Soul Authority. At the Soul Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own pair of therapeutic shoes made specially for diabetics. You're probably not aware that as a diabetic Medicare recipient, you are entitled to one pair of high-quality diabetic...
Hey guys, if you're new here, make sure you're subscribed. And everyone who's subscribed, if you could make sure you've got the notification checked, give me a thumbs up. That'd be awesome. And share the video on whatever social media you guys use these days. And everyone who sends super chats today, I think I've thanked everyone, but if I missed someone, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the super chats.
Call the Soul Authority at 954-597-7060 or online at thesoulauthority.com. That's THESOLE authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
Steve Kane radio listeners love Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca. I went over to a Champagne Automotive, and I got to say that this man is the most fair mechanic I have dealt with in my entire life. We took a car over there that was not being used yet. You know, it belonged to my 90-year-old dad. Everybody I had taken it to before was charging an astronomical amount of money. But when we took it over there, Eddie took a look at it, and I got to say that this man fixed the car. It's running like a charm. Anybody that needs a mechanic, I strongly recommend Eddie, and he is just the best thing that's happened to this family as far as car maintenance goes. It's fixed. Bottom line, it's fixed, and the price was right. Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca will never do a repair on your car that your car doesn't need, and their prices are low. Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca. Give them a call, 561-245-8101, 561-245-8101.
Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855.
You don't think Trump's going to run again? Hey, listen, in the chat, press 1 if you think Trump's going to run again. 2, no. Trump, yes. Press 1 if Trump, yes, will run again. 2, you don't think he will.
Steve Kane toll-free. Dial 1-888-GO-GAIN-1. That's 1-888-GO-GAIN-1. And now, here's Steve.
All right, third hour has begun. I'm Brian. Steve joining us. You with us, Steve?
Yes. Very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's not a... Yeah, it's not a good morning if you're Andrew Cuomo, because you've been caught lying to the feds. Oh, man.
He understands this Cuomo story of his being responsible for mass death.
Oh, yeah.
Help that he received from the other governors and
President Trump.
President Trump. This is not a new story. This story's been around forever.
No, this is brand new. No, this is new. This is new. There's a new wrinkle to it. This is not. No. This is new. No, everybody knows that he is responsible for mass deaths. 9/11 times maybe 3 or 4 died directly because of him. What's different? No, that part. No. The new part is the next part. Apparently, what's come out today, according to a member of his own staff, is that the Justice Department has been investigating this, and not just New York and other states, about nursing home deaths, and that Governor Cuomo lied to the federal investigators at the Justice Department, directed his staff to lie, and that also means that they cooked the books and the paperwork with false information that they gave to the feds. So he's lied to the feds during a federal investigation about this, and was involved in a conspiracy ordering the staff to do the same. So those are some serious crimes that he's committed. That's what's new.
Okay, wasn't new to me.
No, the part about lying to the feds is all new. It's come out because a member of his staff who he directed to lie to the feds, and who did herself, came out and said, Cuomo directed me to do this, because she's afraid she's going to go to jail, I guess. She's turning against him. Yeah, so that's all. This is all new, and it's huge, and he's in big trouble.
Trump has anything to do with this?
No, because he's got no power now. I think the Biden administration has something to do with it, because I don't think listen, Biden's not going to run for re-election. Kamala is planning on being the nominee in 2024, and she doesn't want Governor Cuomo to be a primary opponent. And I think Kamala Harris is behind this.
Well, it could be.
Yeah, but this is all new stuff. This is all brand new. The people coming out that he lied to the federal investigators.
With the weekend upon us here, I crapped out on these hearings. I couldn't make it. I watched about 2 hours total, and then I had to turn it away. It was just too aggravating, the dishonesty of them putting together these recorded. What is it that Trump's people said they made a movie to illustrate his defense. But what do we expect this weekend? Has there been any comment on whether Trump's going to testify, whether he's not?
Yeah, he's not going to testify.
He's not going to un-Trumpian.
Mm-hmm. But his no, he didn't testify in the last one.
Well, I know, but I figured he was waiting for that was what I figured. I was waiting for some kind of huge orchestrated climax, because that is style. When you say, the entrance, the big exit, the big,
I guess he figured he didn't have to. His people start to make their case today, but no, he's not testifying. And in fact, you're not the only one that tuned it out. Trump tuned it out. He went and played golf yesterday during the hearings. Now, and they're actually, and this story in New York with Cuomo is huge. They're calling, in New York, there are people in government that are talking about prosecuting Cuomo for these lies to the feds.
Well, for this whole affair to have any legs to it, they're going to have to expand the investigation on Cuomo. If they drop it at this point, there's enough time between now and the election.
Yeah. No, they're not going to drop it. It's not going anywhere. Janice Dean won't let this go away.
I just can't understand. Trump's whole personality revolves around orchestrating these to call them, these epic events where he rides in on those people who are familiar with Greek theater, the Deus Ex Machina. The Greeks had a thing that no matter what was going on in the play, at the very end, some figure would swoop down out of the clouds, and an ending would come out of nowhere. They would invent.
Yeah.
All loose ends would be tied up. Deus Ex Machina. I remember that from my old theater days at Rollins College. But evidently, he's going to pass, I guess.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. You want to take some calls?
Sure.
All right, 1-888-GO-CANE-1 is the number. Good morning, you're on the radio. Good morning. Yes, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Oh, perfect. Hi, thanks. Great show. I just wanted to call attention to the fact nobody seems to talk about the reasoning behind blame for most of the behaviors we see. And
what behavior are you talking about? Cuomo?
And narcissism, pathological.
Oh yeah, definitely a narcissist.
Well, so I'm glad you bring this up. Cuomo is a complete narcissist. He's a sociopath, and he doesn't understand something that he's never done anything on his own his whole life. He's only where he was is because his father was considered a great man, and he's on his daddy's coattails. And he's a do-nothing who's done nothing in his whole life. And the incompetence during this crisis is because he's a do-nothing who's done nothing. And he's just incompetent,
The story, and I realize you can't validate this, but last year I worked in the beginning part of the year helping to do COVID-19 testing in New York via telephone through a telemarketing company. And it was so horribly mismanaged. Honestly, I quit after 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Time ago, man. And with what I saw through the 2-month window that I had to the COVID experience.
Yeah.
Good for people to think about, protecting their own mental health, really, because I think we're all kind of at the risk of slipping into the media slur.
Well, there's the three most high-profile Democrat states that have bungled everything during COVID that are under lockdown still: New York, California, and Michigan. All three governors are Democrats, and all three of them have that look in their eyes that they all look crazed. Newsom, Whitmer, and Cuomo. They all look insane.
You're right. You're exactly right. So,
sir, what did you say? Hold on. What did you say your name was?
My name is Todd.
Todd, let me ask you, what do you think of what's going down so far? Do you think Trump's making the right decision in choosing not to testify, which I guess is what he's done?
Well, I think of it like this. I'm a bit of a ball buster, honestly, when it comes to these things. If somebody confronts me, they better have the facts, otherwise they're going to get... I like Trump style, really, and honestly, if it was me as an innocent person, I would just ignore the whole thing.
But you realize that's against his style. His style is to always orchestrate these things like they're a grand opera. You know what I'm saying?
3D chess.
It's very unlike him I can't imagine him not listening to people who advise him not to come in and make it.
Man, but we're dealing in uncharted waters, and that's the other thing, is that we've never seen anything like this in our society, and clearly there's a fight of power against the powerless, and there's a struggle for control, and there's rules that don't really fall under the fairness category that are being used by the other side.
You know what I wonder with, we got to run for a break, but I wonder with Cuomo, with this, lying to feds and everything, I wonder if he'll have to turn, they gave him an Emmy award for his press conferences. I wonder if he'll have to return the Emmy, Yeah. Hey, listen, we got to run for our break, but hey, listen, thank you for the call, and give us a call another time. All right, listen, we're going to take our first break of the third hour. If you're on hold, don't go anywhere. We'll go right back to the calls after this break.
When it comes to auto repair, you want a garage that you can trust. Someone that will only do work on your car when your car needs work. Introducing Champagne Automotive in Boca Raton, the latest sponsor of the Steve Kane Radio Show. Tom called in on the radio to tell us about his experience with Champagne Automotive.
Hi, this is Tom from Tamarack.
Hey, Tom from Tamarack, what's up?
I just want to tell you guys something. I spent the last 2 days trying to get brakes for my car. I was leaving the house yesterday to go try another place that had a lower price. They wanted $800 for brakes, and that advertisement came on for Champagne. I live in Western Tamarack.
Brian Craig still sound like a bratty 12-year-old. I was told to call this number for Steve Kane. Cruz. Stop listening to him. Is he still going? All the time? Is his birthday still May 7th, 1939? They have some. The crab legs are swimming in butter.
Because most are like this guy you were dealing with the other day over in Tamarack, the Crooks. And we found Champagne Automotive. Ed, who's the owner, is a listener of the program. They come very, very highly recommended. So I appreciate you calling in and telling us the good story. Now, Champagne Automotive, they're in Boca off Spanish River Boulevard, immediately west of Dixie Highway. The number is 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
Oops. All right, I wasn't quite ready. We are back. Hey, Steve. I'm just barely. I'm in a chair that's on wheels, and it slid right out from under me. I almost fell right on the floor, and it's a stool, so I'm about 3 or 4 feet off the floor, and it would have been a viral YouTube video. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. Steve Kane here. Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot, you know, our travel agent that does the cruises, Steve. He got a couple of voicemails left for him this morning from a listener, and they don't, you know, it's a strange fella, and I thought I'd play them for you to see if you can recognize the voice, because I'm not sure who it is. I don't recognize the voice. If I did, I would just tell you. There's 2 of them, and they're a long-time listener because they reference Al Rantel and some other things too that happened long ago. All right, here's the first one.
Hello, this is Al Rantel. Does Steve Kane still go, I want to tell you about one of my sponsors. They have mouth-watering ribs. Does Brian Craig still sound like a bratty 12-year-old?
Okay, that's the first one. That's true. They just left these messages this morning. There's one. Do you recognize the voice? I don't know. It goes way back. Well, they're referencing things from long ago. Let me play another. They left 2 messages in a row. Okay, here's the second one. Both left this morning.
I was told to call this number for Steve Kane. Cruz. Stop listening to him. Is he still going? All the time? Is his birthday still May 7th, 1939? They have some. The crab legs are swimming in butter.
This guy, he knows. What a loser! But he knows he even knows your birthday. He does. He knows your birth. He stopped listening. Ian called in a little earlier today. He called Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot right after the call. He stopped listening when he went to make the calls. He knows your birthday. He's trying to do an imitation of you. Now I don't recognize it.
An imitation of me? God, I hope it doesn't sound like that.
Yeah. I don't remember you doing a crab leg spot, swimming in butter. I don't.
That goes way. I think that was 30 years ago.
Oh.
Sponsors I had was the Crab Apps.
Well, I see. So
That really does go.
Well, weren't the crab legs dead on the plate at that place? They were actually still swimming when you would eat them, would you, on your plate? But this, I don't know. I don't know who that guy. Maybe he'll call up and tell us who he is and be a man. Since he's got a lot of issues with you and me, maybe he'll call in and confront you and.
Welcome.
He hates you so much. He knows your birthday.
Separates the men's from the men's. Let's try that one more time, Steve. It separates the men from the boys.
Yeah,
All of those who are not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right.
Big shot on the phone.
Yeah, exactly. What a tough guy with trying to disguise his voice and everything else. All right, our number, if you are man enough to call, 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. All right, you're on the radio. Good morning.
How you doing, guys? That sounded kind of strange. I don't know.
It was kind of strange.
Yeah, I was going to ask a question too. I have to get off topic here, but I think Brian mentioned this a few weeks back. We were talking about something. He said something. Did you used to have a guy on your show years ago? He used to be a wrestler. He was a psychiatrist, Dr. Red Robert.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was researching him. It's weird. I was searching something yesterday on the internet. The reason why is I don't know if you knew another guy. Unfortunately, I found out yesterday he passed away. A wrestler named Rusty Brooks that wrestled down here in South
I
Florida.
remember Rusty Brooks very well. I have pictures of Rusty Brooks. The days when I used to announce those fights.
Yeah, he just died. Unfortunately, I read yesterday on Facebook.
Not Red Roberts, Rusty Brooks.
Anyway, I read about Red Roberts. I remember reading he was a psychiatrist, and I believe he had a lawsuit. The name Help Me Howard guy.
Well, he had, I don't know about a lawsuit, but he was his professional name was something else, and he was a psychologist that did work for the court system in Broward County, and he had a falling out with Howard Finkelstein.
I think his real name is Michael.
Yeah, remember Steve and I had breakfast with him a couple years ago after the show over in Coral Springs. Remember? Yeah, we just.
Yes, I read something about he had some type of. I guess he worked with them and maybe something with money with him or something.
There was something. Yes, him and I don't know what it was, but he did have a falling out with Howard Finkelstein, which I don't know.
And blood between the two.
Yeah, but Red Roberts is a good guy, and I remember him when he was a wrestler. He wrestled with Hulk Hogan and all the big ones. I was very excited to meet Red. I knew him right out of as soon as I recognized him. He was wearing a suit and tie because he's a doctor, but it was the first time I'd seen him out of the the wrestling trunks. I knew who he was right away, Dr. Red Roberts. Are you kidding me? You can look him up on YouTube, guys. Anyway, is that all you got? Is that all you got today?
You think Donald Trump actually may make an appearance this year, being that it's in?
Well, I don't know, but I know this. Monday is President's Day, and there's a huge MAGA President's Day event that's going to take place down the street from Mar-a-Lago Monday for President's Day. And I would imagine the president may come out of Mar-a-Lago to greet the MAGA people up there, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, would figure.
Absolutely.
The quick thing is about that pillow company. You know, we were talking about a couple days ago about the MyPillow and guy with his pillow. It's funny. I was reading about his name of his pillow company is going to be called Good Pillow, and they could.
The other guy has no pillow.
He has no company and no pillow.
No pillow, and he can't even get the domain name because somebody in Lithuania. I found a website. I was just randomly searching. Somebody has the domain name goodpillow.com.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, not that there's anything on there, there's a goodpillow.co, which is a country code for.
Well, the only.
It doesn't have the pillow and it doesn't have the towel.
Well, we don't want to we don't want to confuse people with other. We only go to mypillow.com and use the promo code Kane. I don't want to confuse people with other pillow sites.
The better pillow.
Well, today, just to remind people again, today is the final day of the 29. Let me get the price right because they did message me over there at MyPillow, but the MyPillow special on the pillows only is ending today. When the other specials are continuing, the mattress cover, the robes, and everything else. But the $29.98 MyPillow special, when you use the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E, ends today.
Over there. They
From what they've told me, because they keep in close contact with the Steve Kane Show over at MyPillow, because I talk to them quite a bit, Mike Lindell's office, and the things they told me, what our listeners are taking advantage of more than anything are the. By the way, thanks for calling. Is the mattress topper, which you get, the MyPillow mattress topper, you get 30% off the mattress topper when you use the promo code Kane. And they said also in high demand, and this may be because I actually wore this while I was doing the show a couple weeks ago on YouTube, the MyPillow bathrobes, 30% off when you use the promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. That's a hot item too with our listeners.
Robes, because she colors contrasting.
Yeah, my wife and I have them. My wife wanted one in white. She didn't want the pink one, so I got her one in white, and I have the gray one, and it's great. Oh man, they're just as soft as the pillow. And I've worn a lot of robes in my time. Like when we do our cruises, or they got those robes. I have never worn a robe that is as comfortable, as soft as the MyPillow bathrobe. 30% off when you use the promo code Kane at MyPillow.com. All right, let's go back to our phones. Good morning. You're on the radio. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the radio.
Okay, hold on. Let me take you off the speaker. I'm sorry. I'm driving this morning.
Oh, okay. It's Wheezy. Yeah, Wheezy. Go ahead.
Hi, I wanted to ask a question. You said that this morning anybody who has something to say to you, call up and say it to your face. And then you said that if you have something to say, you have to cut out certain things. So I need to know what it is I'm allowed to.
Well, I can't tell. I'll tell you. Okay, there are 2 or 3 things that YouTube and some of the other online platforms don't let people talk about, and everybody knows what those couple of things are. I can't tell you what they are because they're subjects that are forbidden. Not you, no. You haven't said any. No, you haven't said anything that no, not that I can remember. What's your beef with us today, though? You must have something to gripe about.
Want to hear my beef? Okay, here's my beef with you this morning. You called up because of what Cuomo did, which I say is wrong. Yes.
Killing senior citizens. I'm glad we agree that killing senior citizens is wrong.
But killing 500,000 people is wrong too when the president hid the fact that how bad this disease was, and he tried to herd the United States. He tried to herd us through it.
No, there's no comparison. Excuse me. First off, well, let's talk. Okay, a couple things here. What Cuomo did. There are certain things that are up to debate. Did Trump do the right thing or not? You say no, I say yes. Was it right for Cuomo to send seniors to the nursing homes when they got out of the hospital with COVID? That's a debatable topic. What's not debatable... Hold on. No, well, that's not what Cuomo did that's got him in trouble. What Governor Cuomo did, according to his own staff, is he lied to federal investigators investigating the nursing home issue, which is a crime in itself. You cannot lie to the Fed. That's a crime. And he ordered. That's correct. He also ordered his staff to lie to the federal investigators, which I'm assuming involves fraudulent paperwork and other things. So
that's called suborning perjury.
Yeah. So he committed major felonies with lying to the feds and suborning perjury. That's not up for debate. That's just a crime.
Okay, now I heard exactly what you said because I heard you earlier. Plus, I actually researched it and seen what you said was true because it's on the news this morning.
And it's true, yeah.
Okay, but the same thing. Now let me finish because you always seem to cut me off, and I'm pretty sure you're going to turn me down on the radio. When the president, this disease was, instead of telling the American people, he says, "Oh, I didn't want to panic you." And then he tried to herd us. Okay, he tried to herd us by making a bunch of people get sick.
Yeah, but where's the part where he lied to federal investigators like Cuomo and ordered his staff to lie?
Lied. Listen to this. This disease spread it worse because he
spread it worse. Yeah.
He didn't tell us.
Well, that is okay. That is your opinion. Okay, I disagree, but I think President Trump did an excellent job. Yeah.
Killed 500,000.
He did not kill anybody.
About 12. What you say about 12,000?
Oh, I don't know. Give or take.
Give or take, Cuomo killed about 12,000. The president killed 500,000, and you said you can't see the difference.
Well, because I disagree with your conclusions.
People, you wasn't able.
But see, this is the thing, Wheezy. This is the thing. Those two topics are debatable issues, okay, which we'll never agree on because I love Trump and you hate him, you know. But lying to but lying to the FBI, lying to federal investigators, and conspiring and ordering the people that work under you to lie to federal investigators, that's not debatable. That's a crime. See, that's what's new.
For him not to tell us and kill all these people.
No, that's not a crime. Actually, lying to you, Wheezy, is not a crime. No, it's not a crime to lie to you. No.
Heard us. He tried to immune heard us.
Okay.
Do that.
Hold on. What are you?
That wasn't a good idea.
Immune heard us. What's that?
See, she's a doctor, Steve. She understands these things. She's a doctor.
Oh, you want me to tell? Let me tell him what it is.
Tell us, Dr. Wheezy.
Brian knows what it is. It's because he tried to figure if more people got sick, it would kind of balance itself out and people wouldn't get sick.
Mm-hmm.
Disease, it didn't work.
Okay.
To do it, and he...
But do you understand how what you're talking about? I think it did work. I think the country's doing very well. And if you, yeah.
People did.
Well, people die. There have been people in America that have died during this phone call.
People just don't die.
So okay, several thousand. Okay.
But it's not okay when COVID.
Several thousand have died due to COVID in the last month in this country. Is Biden responsible since he's the president now?
He took over the big...
Oh, it's still Trump's fault. Okay.
Told you it was Trump's fault because he tried to...
All right. Hey, Wheezy, we got to run for our break, but thanks for the call. She's a great new caller. Wheezy. That's Wheezy. All right, Liz. Yeah, okay, we'll take our break for the bottom of the hour and be right back.
For your tires. Go easy on your budget.
Those of you that are new here, make sure you subscribe, all right? And if you have not already, make sure you've subscribed, click the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. That'd be awesome.
$75 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. That's a $100 savings per tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $100.
Well, thank you, 420. I would agree with you. Great radio.
The price at Friendly Tire, only $65.
Steve Kane Show.
That's a $70 savings per tire.
Steve Kane Show.
Prices are out the door. And
Hold on. Steve Kane Show.
Balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire
Hold on.
selection of good used tires too, starting at just $30 for most cars. Call my good buddy Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive, and he will give you a great low price right over the phone at 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
This is Lori Kane, and I want to tell you about Brighton Dental Care. I just had a lot of work done, and I avoided going to the dentist for a lot of years because I was afraid of the cost. But I went to Brighton Dental for my free consultation, which, by the way, he offers to all Steve Kane listeners. I had 2 cavities.
Steve Kane Show.
On top and a crown on
Yes.
the bottom. If I were a horse, they would have put me down. So I scheduled my appointment for the next Saturday.
Yeah, hold on.
Brighton
Steve
Dental
Kane
has
Show.
Saturday appointments available, and they saved me a ton of money.
Yeah, hold on.
And
Yeah,
I
okay, go
was
ahead.
patient for life. Don't let cost stop you from taking care of your
Okay, hold on. I'll put you on again. Hold on.
listeners incredible discounts on all dental procedures, just like they gave me. Prices are so reasonable, you don't have to worry about the cost. So call Brighton Dental today at 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633. You can visit them at brightondental.com and tell them Lori Kane sent you.
Oh, man, thank God it's Friday. All right, welcome back. I'm Brian, Steve Kane here. Rolanda's on the line. She wants to rebut Dr. Wheezy.
Hi, listen, I just wanted to start her real quick. I know you guys have a one-call rule. Donald Trump was getting bad information from the World Health Organization, and he was getting bad information from the Chinese government.
And Fauci.
And Fauci. They were all giving him misinformation. It is not Donald Trump's fault of what's happening now or anything else, and she knows it. If she's supposed to be an educated woman, a so-called teacher, she should know that when you get bad information from three sources, it's kind of difficult to necessarily do the right thing, okay?
Yeah, and I like her. I like her defense of Cuomo. Yeah, he killed thousands of senior citizens, but Trump killed people too, so that and killed more, so that exonerates Cuomo. Great defense. Well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I remember the World Health Organization. I remember the Chinese government, and they were angry at Trump. And to be honest with you, they did the whole.
Another thing. You can't have a conversation with Wheezy about details too much. But the difference, the difference in what Trump was doing and what Cuomo was doing are a couple things. What Trump was doing was, you're right, taking the advice from all these groups and experts to try to save the world. What Cuomo was trying to do was cover his ass. Because he wants to be president one day, because his daddy never could be, and he wants to be the president. That's all he was doing. Oh, I'm sorry. There you go.
You're going to get in trouble. And this woman, she's protecting herself. I don't blame her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. First one that talks gets the deal. Law and Order. I used to do that all the time. Hey, Rolanda, thanks for the call. All right. Okay, now there's only one opening on the board, so we're going to go to the calls. Every call is screenless. I don't know who's who. I'm hoping that Joker that was leaving the voice messages for Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot is one of these callers. He's got strong opinions about you, Steve. He wants to confront you.
Got strong opinions behind my back.
Oh, I see. I love it. He hates you, but he remembers your spots from 30 years ago, and he knows your birthday. Oh, my goodness.
He remembers my spots better than I do.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's go. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Good morning. Hey, Steve, 1977, Dan Point Beach, Brian Craig. Good morning.
Hey.
Morning. I tell you, good morning, Steve. Great show. And listening to Wheezy, I not to be offensive, I feel like I'm getting dumber by the second, listening to that. A couple things real quick. Fauci told Trump that 2.2 million people were going to die. The World Health Organization said no gain of function, meaning it can't be transmitted from human to human. I mean, this is ridiculous. Also, to change it up a little bit, I read the news only a little bit last night, but I was trying to figure it out. What's going on with the fake phony president with his block?
Oh, yeah, but Biden is, I don't know if you heard about this, they're very upset at Ron DeSantis because we had the Super Bowl and the national media came here from New York, and the media, the New York media came to Florida, even the mainstream media like CNN and everything, and they're seeing freedom again, and and DeSantis is becoming a role model for the rest of the state, and Biden is talking about having a domestic travel ban now. Because people are coming to Florida. He wants to have a domestic travel ban. Isn't that something? Can't travel between states.
Absolutely insanity. And back to Cuomo, I don't think.
No, this is different, caller. This is different, and as I was talking to some callers about this earlier, and there's a reason this is coming out, okay? this new wrinkle about the Justice Department lies. Okay, there's a reason this is coming out. This is new information. The perjury, and this isn't some perjury trap like General Flynn, where he added another syllable to a word that after they asked him the same question 5,000 times, and they said, "Oh, that's different than your This is real, and this is a conspiracy." I believe Kamala Harris is behind this because she plans on being the Democrat nominee in 2024. Cuomo plans on being the nominee, and she's trying to stop him from running against her because he's very good. He's very good. So I think Kamala is going to make sure justice is done here.
A great point.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Good job. Also, on another different note, man, Richard Pearl is something special. I agree with about 95% of what that guy says. That guy is special. He's amazing.
Yeah, his show, Richard Pearl on Politics, Steve and I were talking the other day. I'm like, I can't believe the things he brings up on the air. He's really walking the tightrope there. He's pushing of course.
And he's bringing out facts.
He's very good.
Opinion based.
No, his show's very good, and Richard Pearl on Politics follows us on this radio station weekdays at 9. Very, very good show, and there's a news break at the top, and then it goes right to Richard. So when we sign off, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for Richard Pearl. All right, caller, thanks so much. Yeah, one last thing. Oh, great. This guy, you're great. Nice compliments. You're the best, yes. Great sponsors, everything. He's a great show. All right, good morning. Yes, you're on the radio. Go ahead.
Hi, Joel from Fort Lauderdale.
Hey.
Hey, Joel.
Yeah, hi. Listen to Weezy. I have this woman that works at the laundromat, and she always just talking about Trump.
Now, Weezy's going to hear that and think you're racist because she's a black woman, and you say she reminds you of a woman who works at the laundromat. She's a college-educated Oh my goodness.
But we get along really good. We're good friends and stuff. But she thinks Trump was responsible for killing all these people.
Trump saved the world. I mean, look at what we have now. Think about it. Look at what he did with the economy. Still, about 20% of the economy at least is shut down, and Donald Trump was able to hold this country together through all of that. Any other president, we would have had an economic collapse with the country shut down.
Well, she's also mad that she's not getting $15 an hour. It's just for the federal work.
With these minimum wage people that want what'll happen if the $15 federal minimum wage went through, your laundromat friend would just have her hours cut back. That's all. They just have her hours cut back, and because it's too much money to work in a laundromat.
Right. One last thing. What is the deal for Trump at Mar-a-Lago on Monday? Because I thought about that.
Well, I wasn't going to mention it until Monday, but I thought I would tell people for the weekend show. There's up at Mar-a-Lago. If you go on the roads near Mar-a-Lago, you'll bump into it. There's a big MAGA event in the streets on Monday's President's Day. And Trump people are getting as close to Mar-a-Lago as you're allowed to honor our President Trump on President's Day.
Okay, but there's no certain time or anything?
Yes, let me see if I can find it real quick, because they did send me a thing. The official time is 11:45 a.m., and there's going to be a big event. They're making sure it's called President's Day Peaceful and Patriotic Pro-Trump Rally, 11:45 a.m. Monday on the southeast corner of Parker Avenue and Southern Boulevard up in West Palm. Me personally, I would go further east and get closer to Mar-a-Lago. That's right off of I-95. I would get as close as they'll let you. Get down there by the Intercoastal. There's a Publix right down the street from Mar-a-Lago. It's the Publix that I guess Melania shops at. And it's the one closest to Mar-a-Lago. I don't know. You may see her pushing a car, but there's a Publix right down the street from Mar-a-Lago. That's where I'm going to go. And you park in the parking lot there, and, that's where you go.
Another place to park is at Dreher Park, which is where I parked when
Yes.
to Florida.
Yes. Yeah, that's perfect too, but the Publix is easier for people to find. It's on the south side of the road. Take care.
Do you anticipate that this event on Monday will be quiet and peaceful?
Of course. Of course. Of course, these are Trump people. Very peaceful. Very peaceful. I imagine some agitators will try to mess things up, but it'll be peaceful. And I'm hoping the president will. The reason I would go over by the Publix and get as close as you can to Mar-a-Lago is because if the president comes out, he's not going to go all the way down to 95 and Southern Boulevard. Okay, he's going to stick close to Mar-a-Lago. So I don't know that he's coming out to greet the fans and the supporters, but I think you got more likely of a chance of seeing President Trump up. And if you haven't seen him in person, you guys should. President Trump in person. You know his voice sounds different in person. It's deeper in person than it is. I think they do something on TV to make him have a higher voice. He's got a very deep voice, and yeah, you got to see him in person. The last time, if you go on my YouTube channel, you guys can see me. I was like 5 feet away from him, and you hear me screaming like a girl when the Beatles were coming to town back in the day. I mean, it was ridiculous, but it's exciting to be in his presence. All right, listen, we're going to take our last break of the day. If you're on hold, don't go anywhere. And when we get back, it'll be time for the Gold Report. All right, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this quick break.
To save money each and every month? Of course you would. We all want to save more money. But how? By calling I Will Advisors, that's how, at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. And have their expert team review your homeowner's policy. I Will Advisors will review your policy at no charge.
Hey.
Most homeowners never review their policy, but it should be reviewed every year. You commercial property owners, same goes for your property insurance policy. So what are you waiting for? Call I Will Advisors and start saving money. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for W.
Now it is time, the time you all look forward to on the Steve Kane Show. Each day, the Gold Report, brought to you by William Youngerman of William Youngerman Inc. William, one of the world's leading experts on the precious metals, gold, silver, platinum. He has them all, and it's an exciting time for the precious metals. William, what's it looking like?
Gold precious metals are giving us a little buying opportunity, pulling back to those lower end of our trading ranges that we've been pretty much locked in for quite a while, other than platinum, which has broken out.
Oh, hey, Debbie. I didn't recognize you in the chat because you've got a new picture on your profile.
At $26.94 the ounce. Are you there?
Yep.
Yes, I am. Yes, we are.
Platinum down $9 at $12.66 yesterday, and palladium goes down $18 at $2,276. This morning, a little bit more pullback on the gold market, down $10 at $1,814.70 the ounce. Strong support still remains for gold around that $1,800 number. Silver at $27.
Hey, Sarah, how you doing?
Right now, platinum down $11 at $1,215. Again, $1,200 seems to be good support for platinum. It did break through that number this week, and so that has been the big pull up.
No, I'm looking.
Platinum.
This,
that's 1,200 needs.
This is due south. The window right here, though, I can see the beach. It's beautiful. In fact, one of these buildings on the beach is one of Trump's buildings.
Get into the platinum market. It's a great time. And palladium up $4, now $2,280. That's pretty much where we are. Bitcoin. Break that U.S. dollar index number of 90 on these markets. That's stubbornly holding pretty soundly so far.
And of course, William Youngerman is open weekdays at 10 a.m. and this is the last day before Valentine's Day. If you want to stop in and take a look at the incredible selection of jewelry and watches that William Youngerman has that would make great Valentine's Day gifts that are really incredible prices, just a little bit more than the metal price. William Youngerman, again, they open weekdays at 10 a.m. The phone number over there, 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010. 5010. Online, williamyoungerman.com. The address is 150 East Palmetto Park Road, which is on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, William Youngerman, have a great weekend. We'll talk on Monday.
Okay.
All right, take care. No, we got time left. We got time still. Nope. And there's only one opening on the board, so we'll just take these calls very randomly and totally screenless. I'm waiting for that guy that's hating on you, leaving messages to call in. We'll see. Yeah. Good morning, caller. You're on the radio.
Yes, I want to know how come Trump hasn't been the killing that happened.
Why Trump hasn't been what for doing what?
Well, Trump, in my opinion, incited that riot at the Capitol.
Oh.
He incited that riot. Several people were.
Oh, so this is interesting. This is interesting. Okay, hold on, slow down. What's your first name, caller?
Jesus.
Okay, so Jesus, you believe that people that you personally have an opinion of having done a crime should be convicted of a crime? What are you, judge, jury, execution? I mean, okay. Who else? Oh, that's nice. That's interesting. You're from America? We have a justice. There's a trial going on right now where he's going to be acquitted. You know that, right?
Well, I don't know if he's going to be acquitted or not.
Oh, well, then you don't know what's going on.
Those people that were killed during that riot that he incited.
He didn't incite anything. What did he do to incite a riot? And who was killed?
You haven't been paying attention to the news. He's the one been taking people to what?
Send people to the White House. It was the Capitol, not the White House, that was attacked. Whatever.
Play Melancholy Baby one more time.
You know what I wonder? Let me ask you, where are you in the United States? Texas. Oh, he's a couple hours behind us. So it's only coming up on 7 a.m. out there. So the night hasn't ended for you yet. You started drinking last night and you're still drinking. You sound drunk.
I don't even drink.
You don't. You sound intoxicated.
Because of those people that were killed, because he's the one inside the damn.
Who was killed at the? Who was killed? Who was killed? And how did they die? Oh, okay. Guess that's a beer run. He's going on a beer run. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I knew he wasn't on the East Coast because nobody would be that drunk at 7 minutes before 9 o'clock in the morning.
Don't underestimate some of our listeners.
Yeah. Well, All right, let's see what we got here. Good morning. You're on the radio.
I want to thank Dr. Uri, Colette Uri, for handling my feet.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Steve, clever with the language there this morning. Is that what they taught you at Riverdale Country School?
That's what I learned.
You're a little more sophisticated with the wording sometimes than that. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
To the end of the show, and my patience is growing short.
Listen, I don't want to end the show with Al the John talking about his feet. I mean, the show's been spectacular since 6 a.m. and that we don't want to end on that kind of note. All right, good morning, caller. You're on the radio.
Yeah, good morning to you and Steve. And
good morning.
This is Richie. Hey,
Rich.
Let me say, how are you? Let me just say this about Wheezy. If you're going to blame the president for 500,000 deaths in the United States, I'm going for my first shot on Wednesday. Give him credit for all the lives he's going to save, because Biden hasn't saved one.
Yeah.
And now the other thing I want to say to you, Steve, Brian is a very religious guy and became a Catholic, and I know you're religious. But Brian today, for the first time in his life, talked directly to God.
Yeah, that's true.
Your radio station.
Yeah, you guys missed that earlier. Yeah.
Which reminds me, maybe we ought to cut a special promo for the weekends.
Yeah, really. It's serious. That was a great. We've had some great. Let me tell you something. The last 2 weeks, we've had some spectacular calls. You must admit that.
Absolutely.
That was a great one in the first hour. I think it was first or second hour of the show. Yeah, that was a great one.
Hey, Brian, so you've been duped all along. You've been going
Yeah.
right on your radio.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, Richie. Richie the bus driver, take care. Last call before Richard Pearl. Good morning, you're on the radio. Quick. Yes, you're on the air. Go ahead, quick, 30 seconds.
Hi, Brian. It's Chrissy from Vermont. I just want to give a shout out to chat. And I keep asking in chat, are you gonna be live streaming from the Mar-a-Lago?
I probably won't live stream from it because there's so many cell phones out there. I won't be able to get a good enough signal, but I'll make a YouTube video up there. There's no doubt about that. I was actually talked to someone from Right Side Broadcasting just the other day. Yeah, so I'm assuming yes. All right, take care. Now, just a little while ago, we got a call from one of your biggest fans, Richard Pearl, the host of Richard Pearl on Politics, which follows the Steve Kane Show, weekdays at 9 on this radio station. And boy, people are just calling and they don't call us about any other shows except yours, Richard Pearl, and they all love it.
Well, thank you, and thank them. Maybe we're hitting a chord with some people. So, one of the things I heard a little bit of your show, and there was a guy who was very happy. I guess it was Richie, the bus driver. Very happy, and I may be wrong on this, but it seemed like he was very happy to get the...
Now listen, guys, those of you that are new here, make sure you are subscribed. This is the end of the show we're coming to here. So subscribe, click that notification bell, give me a thumbs up. And everyone who sent a super chat today, thank you so much for those super chats. I really appreciate that.
That stimulate your immune response, that keep your cells in proper health, meaning that the structures are good and that the pH of your body is in proper order. Those type of things. Detox your organs. They're really simple. I have a 7-day detox at the store, cleans all the organs. I have lymphatic cleanse. You put it in water, you don't even know it's there. You can take beta-glucans to stimulate T cells. They're doing all kinds of studies on that. They all admit in medical areas that beta-glucans are great against viruses. B-propolis are great against viruses. In fact, they used it on the COVID. And if you take between 400 milligrams and 800 milligrams of B-propolis a day, it'll have a huge impact on viruses. They used it in the hospitals to cut the hospital time down in half. You can take vitamin D, since vitamin D is essential to blocking out the virus, and just take 10,000 units a day. It's only 250 milligrams. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not. Take probiotics. We developed a probiotic at Simply Natural, even has our name on it, that's used for the immune.
Well, listen, Richard, we are almost out of time, and we don't want to run late because then we'll run over on the time of the highly rated Richard Pearl on Politics show that our listeners are raving. I heard it's all right. Yeah, I heard he's all right. That's a pretty good show there. Listen, Richard Pearl's show is up next, so don't touch that radio dial, okay? His store, Simply Natural, is open weekdays from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m., and 7 days a week. And the phone number over there is 954-741-4045. 954-741-4045, and they're located in Sunrise, just north of Sunset Strip on the east side of University. Richard, have a great show, and Steve, you got just enough time to say goodbye in 10 seconds.
All right, have a great weekend, folks. On behalf of my son, Tyler Kane, who is the technical director of the show, and Brian Craig, of course, my friend and partner, and you, of course, our beloved audience, until Monday, God bless America.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
All right, that's it. Show's over. Now listen, guys, those of you that are new, what you were just watching, this is our radio show. We're on a whole bunch of radio stations, very conservative, very pro-Trump radio show. And this is the longest running radio show in the state of Florida. It's been on the air since 1977. And when we're on the radio, we stream here on YouTube. I also upload my podcast here on this channel, and I do live streams all the time on this channel, apart from the radio show. So make sure you're subscribed and you click that notification bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. All right, guys, I got to take off. Things to do. Very, very busy. I will see you all later.